This video is sponsored by Babbel. Babbel has been a part of my life for a while now, and at this point in my journey, I want to learn languages to challenge myself and prepare myself for future trips to new Spanish-speaking destinations. Did you know that Spanish speakers make up about 6.3% of the world's population? I choose Babbel to learn languages because of the interactive style of learning. Babbel is one of the top language learning apps in the world with intuitive lessons to help you learn a language using real-life conversations. You can choose to follow the lessons designed by real language teachers, or you could have fun with the language learning games and deep dive into the cultures who use your chosen language by reading the insightful magazine articles. Aside from being fun, Babbel is scientifically proven to help you start speaking a new language in 3 weeks. Que bien? Using real-world conversations, Babbel's lessons prepare you to have practical conversations about travel, business, relationships, and more. They also offer a 20-day money-back guarantee. De nuevo excelente! I would like to challenge you to try Babbel and see how far a quick 15-minute lesson gets you. So click the link in the description box to get 60% off your subscription and leave a comment below about what language you'd like to learn. Massive thank you to Babbel for sponsoring this video. Hi everyone, and welcome to today's reading. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, I am the Hermit Tarot, and this is my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're asking Spirit, what is the most important relationship in your life right now? We're going to be getting heaps of information. I have my little book here, which has everything written down, so let me just have a look at that, just so I am addressing everything. So, technically, the title of this video is probably going to be This is Your Most Important Relationship. And the goal of this reading is to just show you who the special people in your life are, to make sure that you don't feel alone and to make sure that you feel supported. So I'm hoping that I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, groups 1, 2, 3, and 4. But to be honest with you, if this reading did find you at a time that you feel confused, I do hope that we are able to shed some light and show you how loved you really are. So we're going to be asking, who is this most important person with tarot? We're going to ask, how can they impact your life? Keeping in mind everyone has free will, so we're going to get as much clarity as we can. We're going to do that with the Animal Spirit deck by Kim Krans. A lot of you guys may be familiar with it. We're also going to ask, what will your relationship be like moving forward, with the Psychic Tarot for the Heart Oracle deck by John Holland. Again, a deck that many of you may be familiar with. We're also going to ask, what are the challenges in this relationship? And for that, I'm going to get tarot again. Look at that, the Three of Swords too, speaking of challenges. And then we're going to close your reading with advice from your higher self. And that will be from the Hermie Oracle deck over here. So it's going to be a pretty juicy reading, y'all. Like, I'm going to keep this very close so that I can come back to it and make sure that I'm ticking everything off the list. There will not be an extended reading for today's video. I'm going to just focus on the YouTube portion of this reading and making sure that I can offer as many groups for the free portion of this reading. And then next week we're going to have extended readings as usual, which is why we do have 4 groups here, because I'm going to be able to allocate a little bit more energy to this reading. So we're going to have 4 different groups, which I will introduce to you now. Starting with group 1 over here, I won't show you your Hermie Oracle card yet, but what I will show you is the object associated with your group. So if you feel called to this protected sticker from my website, this is actually a sticker I sell on my shop, then you'll be a part of group 1's reading. The sticker has the evil eye in the middle for protection, and then we also have these planets representing Saturn, so strong sort of Capricorn and Uranus vibes, as well as Aquarius, Capricorn and Aquarius vibes. I don't know why Uranus got in there too. It could be a connection, who knows? But anyway, a little bit of galaxy symbolism with the stars in the background as well. So that's group 1. Group 2 has the crystal. So this crystal is specifically the amethyst moon-shaped crystal. It's a very pretty crystal, to be honest with you. It's one of my favorites. I haven't had it for very long. It's a newer crystal in the collection. I don't know what else to say. A lot of you are familiar with amethyst, but if you're not, it's a very calming crystal. A lot of people believe that that crystal can connect you to your intuition because it does sort of calm you down and it makes you feel a little bit more rested, especially if you're feeling anxious or heightened in terms of your nerves. So it can be a very helpful crystal. And then group 3 over here, you actually have 2 Rumi Oracle cards. I forgot about that. And you will also have this vial. Now, this has a piece of moss in it that I collected from the creek with my family. We went there a couple of months ago. I put it on my Instagram, so if you follow me on Instagram, you may remember this vial. The moss has dried out. It's still alive though. It just needs a little bit of water and then it will come back to its green self. So if you feel drawn to this little vial of magic, then you'll be a part of group 3's reading. And our last group is group 4, who also has 2 Rumi cards. Group 4, you also have one of my favorite necklaces. Somebody actually recently suggested that I bring back the pick a necklace group readings again, so I thought I'd put a necklace in this one. This necklace is my favorite for multiple reasons. I love the chain. It's a sterling silver necklace. The different pendants are this sort of masculine sun pendant, which actually is a very feminine sort of face to it. And then we also have this moonstone necklace as well, which is there as a pendant. Now, so we've got some feminine energy with the moonstone and some masculine energy with the sun, and it just helps sort of balance everything out when you're wearing it. So if you feel drawn to that group, you'll be a part of group 4's reading. Now, I will give you the chance to pause the video now if you need to look at the objects or if you need more time doing that. Outside of that, I am going to play a meditation clip after this. I won't be doing the meditation live. I'm going to use the pre-recorded meditation clip that I have, which some of you are probably familiar with. That meditation was created, should I say, to connect you to your intuition and to hopefully guide you in selecting a group that you feel most intuitively connected to. So you can join me in that. It's about a minute meditation. Otherwise, when you know which of these 4 groups you're feeling most drawn to, click on your timestamp in the description box and join me in your reading. So the first thing I want you to do with me is to take in 2 deep, mindful breaths. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Now I want you to focus on clearing your mind. It's natural to have thoughts racing at this point. I want you to embrace each thought as it comes and let it slip as quickly as it came in. Focus on clearing and balancing out these thoughts so that they come and go without a desire to be attached to them. And now, with a rested mind, I want you to think of the first group that comes to your mind. It may be a number, it may be an object that I showed you. It could be a specific color, it could be a feeling that you felt when I showed you each of the groups today. When you are ready, and when you feel confident, select your group and join me in your reading. Hey group 1, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this sticker, then this is going to be your reading today. Group 1, we're asking Spirit all about your most important relationship in your life right now. If you skip the intro, I'll just give you a chance to have a look at what we're going to be covering today. I'm not going to read it all out again. We're going to save energy. I'm going to try to do this reading all in one go today for all groups. So this is everything we have to cover. I will be referring back to this throughout your reading just to make sure that we are covering everything today. My goal with this reading is to make you feel supported and to show you who your important people are so that you know who you can lean on for emotional support, but also for connection. Connection is a big part of being human, and so making sure that you're giving yourself that chance to connect is very important. So let us start by asking who your most important person is. I'm going to put that over there, and we will get some tarot out. I believe it's tarot. Let me double check. Yes, it's tarot. Spirit, who is group one's most important relationship in their life right now? Who is group one's... Oops. Okay, we got a few cards. We have... I'm going to zoom you in a little bit, by the way, because you're very far out. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Who is the most important person in group one's life right now? We also have the Moon card, and at the back of the deck we have the Page of Swords. I wonder if I could fit them all up here, surely. Let's do that. I'm going to also pull some tissue box messages as well. Who is group one's most important person in their life right now, Spirit? Who is group one's most important person? You got a lot of tissue box messages. Spirit wanted us to really bring it all in. Okay, let's have a look. So in my hands we have February. I'm grateful for my love. This could be a Aquarius or Pisces in your life. I do have my fan on because it is a little bit warm in this room. So I am going to say that the tissue box messages will probably flutter around a little bit. I might have to put them away fairly soon after we use them, just so they're not too distracting as well, but mostly so they don't get all over the floor. Now we also have same. So this tells me that this person is a very balanced and equal, giving person in your life, someone who you're both very balanced with when it comes to efforts, and you both feel the same way about each other. You both see each other as equally important people in your lives, so it feels very balanced. We also have the 9th house, expansion, foreign, and risk. So this could be somebody who comes from a different background to you. They could have some Sagittarius placements. They could be someone that you feel very inspired by, someone who really encourages you to pursue your sort of riskier ideas and the things that you're very passionate about but don't have a lot of experience in. I feel like this is somebody who was in your life to encourage you to make more experiences for yourself and to ensure that you're not cutting yourself short when it comes to the things that you aspire to do. I feel like they're there to balance out a lot of the self-doubt that you may experience when you have inspirations, and they're there to make sure that you are having that optimism as well about a situation. We also have the letter T, so that could be initials in their name or your name as confirmation. We have the letter M or W, take it as it resonates, another initial. Let's see if we have more initials actually. We also have another M. This is definitely an M because it was printed, so it's a little bit more obvious to see. I don't think that's an initial, so we'll leave it till lost. Is it an initial? It's not an initial. All right. We also have the letter S. I'm hearing somebody. So someone here could like Shrek. I think Shrek's very popular though. Like, and look, another S. Yeah. Could have double letters in their names. So like names like Jenny, for example. Double letters, or you two could share a initial as well. Both of you could have the letter S in your name, for example, or you could both have the same initials in general. We also have the letter N. I'm hearing that No One song by Alicia Keys. So I feel like this is a very loyal person. They've really shown you through their efforts that they're here for you. We also have the letter D. Oh, wow. I feel like this person really gasses you up and hypes you up. I'm hearing that Pussycat Dolls song, don't ya? We also have crown chakra. So I feel like this person is a really good source of advice, guidance, and maybe even wisdom. But even if they don't know the answers, they seem to be able to steer you in the right direction. I feel like this person has been a very helpful person for you because they never really tell you what to do. They're more so there to help you see the bigger picture for yourself. We also have forgive, so this could be somebody that you've had some ups and downs with. Outside of that, I think you have a very strong emotional bond to them, and this person could be someone who you really trust, who's kind of guided you towards forgiving some of the other people in your life, making sure that you aren't holding on to any negative or low vibrational energy. We also have throat chakra here, so I feel like this person is someone that you enjoy having conversations with. There is a strong indication here of bouncing ideas off of each other in the tarot as well. I think that this person is a good stimulator of thoughts. So again, it's not like they put the words in your mouth or they tell you what to do or they show you like how to do it. They're more there to kind of guide you and support the ideas that you have and the curiosities you have, to make sure that your mind is thinking about things and you're not just sort of stuck on the one idea. We also have love, so there's a strong sense of love in this connection. We have awakening, so more crown chakra energy. I feel like with this person, the two of you are likely to feel as though you are in each other's lives to offer a lot of big change, like a lot of expansion, a lot of growth, and some pretty big awakenings as well. So awakenings is more of like a enlightenment, the idea of your mind expanding and your idea of what is true to you and what your reality is expanding. So you're not limited. It can also feel like information coming into your life to help transform your circumstances, because obviously we can't do better until we know better. So an awakening is really there to give us a realization of the bigger picture, of what else is available, and of a truth that may have felt hidden to us due to our lack of ability to see it. So this person could be able to offer you that unique perspective, or they could be in your life at the time that you're receiving some pretty big realizations about things. We also have headache here, so I do think that with this person, they may offer a different perspective to the point where you do challenge each other to think differently. But on top of that, I'm seeing them being very supportive during times where you feel like you're very burnt out or just overwhelmed. We also have fifth house here, so some Leo energy. This is a strong energy of expression and being able to live embracing who you are. And I do think that this is an indication of the two of you having a very friendly relationship, a very fun relationship, a very strong sense of play, playfulness, joy, laughter, getting each other's sense of humor. I think that this is somebody who definitely adds a very warm tone to your life. Like they bring a lot of warmth to you and they make you feel really good about yourself too. We also have Venus. So think Taurus and Libra. Venus is a very nurturing energy. It's also an energy of growth and the idea of being able to consistently nurture something through balanced actions and efforts, and by focusing on the objective, if that makes sense. I'm sorry, I'm using some natural lighting too, and it keeps kind of dipping and coming back in. So it's just because we have a few big clouds rolling by. So if the camera is kind of struggling a little bit, that's what's going on. So I do feel like there is a lot of what I would argue solutions-focused communication with this person rather than problems-focused. It feels like the two of you are able to stay objective and look at things from both sides and just be very supportive. There's also a strong energy here of partnership with that Venus energy. Excuse me. We also have Earth. So think Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn with Earth energy. This tells me, though, that this person is very grounded, very down to earth, and they're likely somebody that helps ground you. I'm going to have a quick sip of tea while I talk about your tarot. So we have 2 pages, a knight and a major arcana card. The moon energy in this reading is strongly connected to Pisces and formerly Cancer as well. It's this idea of being able to, what I'm feeling, coax out some really deep feelings, some deep, almost to the point where you have consciously hidden them. This is somebody who I feel you have a lot of deep and meaningful conversations with, someone who you can talk to about your deepest desires, your wishes, your goals, even some things that you're struggling with, some heavier feelings. This is somebody that I feel has a darker side to them. They may be someone who you spend a lot of time with at night, for example, on a practical level. But on a personality level, this is somebody who doesn't shy away from heavier truths and from people's shadows. This is somebody who, maybe through their own experiences or just because of how they were raised, is very open to seeing the uglier side of humanity. And I feel like it comes from a sense of understanding. There's really no judgment when it comes to opening up to this person about what you're going through in a darker way. I feel like with the moon card being here, there is a strong sense of being able to see the good, even if the behavior indicates negatively. So if you can't really do wrong, I feel like this is a very forgiving person in your life, and they're very much there because they care. They're not obsessed with you looking or acting a certain way. They're more so here to make sure that you continue to be here. And I feel like they would hope the same for the same back from you. In terms of the pages, this tells me that you guys are either the same age or there is a slight age gap. This person has a youthful energy about them. They have this feeling of being able to stay inquisitive, curious, and energetic. They are someone that likely has a lot of hobbies or interests. They could be somebody who it seems like they're always kind of starting something new. And I think that they're very good at communicating, and in the sense of just sort of starting a conversation with random people. I do think that this person may struggle to follow through with certain things because the pages aren't the most experienced people. They're usually people that are very good at starting stuff but struggle to finish it. I do think with the Page of Wands being here, this is a passionate person, and I think you do have shared interests with them. I feel like you both inspire each other to try new things, and there could be a connection to a specific cuisine here. Like maybe when you first started hanging out with this person, you always ate at like a Vietnamese store, or you always went to that barbecue place. Like it kind of just feels like there is a strong sense of you two having similar interests, and that could come down to food as well. I feel like this is a physically energetic person too. That doesn't necessarily mean they have to be like obsessed with exercising and everything, but they definitely have, when they have energy, like they need to let it out. A Page of Wands kind of energy is, if they are restless at 3 a.m., like they have to do something at 3 a.m. If they can't sleep at 6 a.m., they're going to get up and start doing things at 6 a.m. And likewise, when you may feel like you've had a busy day, this person could get a second wind after that chaotic period. So it kind of makes them look like a very present person in your life, someone who copes well in challenging situations and can really give you that sort of second wind of optimism or just energy when you need it. I do think that this person is very open about their opinions for the Page of Swords to be here. They don't really hold back. They're kind of happy to communicate what's on their mind, because for the most part, I don't see them as being like a malicious person. I feel like when they think something, they say it. And I could see how for the Page of Swords to be here, this has gotten them in trouble in the past. But I also think with the Page of Swords being here, that this is somebody who is genuinely just curious and says things to find out the answers. I did hear the phrase poking the bear though, so some of y'all may have memories of having to kind of calm the bear down after this person's poked it. With the Knight of Pentacles here, I do feel like this person is somebody who's a schemer. They like to make plans, and for the Knight of Pentacles to be upright, they try their best to follow through. I know we have these pages here, but I think that when it comes to this person's values and things that they prioritize, when they have their priorities in order, this is somebody that really likes to follow through and be consistent. And this is where we see a little bit of Virgo influence. This person has aspirations to be successful, and they are currently in the process of bettering themselves. This person is somewhat focused on their health from the perspective of longevity. They want to continue to be able to do what they enjoy doing. So they're going to take care of their vessel to do that. I do think that the other thing about this Knight of Pentacles is that this person is goal-oriented. So that could be a part of the ambition and inspiration and aspiration building that we saw earlier in your reading. This is somebody who I think you both have shared goals with, or you have something that you both contribute towards in each other's lives. Based on all of this energy, I am picking up on more of a platonic relationship, but it could be that this is your partner as well, and you've been able to settle into a meaningful friendship with them as well as a romance. So let's keep moving forward, my group ones. We're going to ask, how can they impact your life with the Animal Spirit Oracle deck. I'm going to put these away though for now, because their time here is up. Okay. Close that, close that, close that. Okay. Animal Spirit. I might put this away too, actually, because we are going to use this tarot deck again later in your reading. Okay. So Spirit, what is this person's impact on group one? How will this person impact group one? Spirit saying, how can this person impact group one? We have Tarantula. I was going to say, can we get 2 more cards? And then 2 more cards came out. We also have Scorpio, or Scorpion, should I say, and we have Bee. A lot of Mars energy here. We do have technically some Scorpio. Scorpio's old ruler used to be Mars, and now it's, I had to think for a second, they're Pluto. We also have the Bee here and Raccoon at the back of the deck. So some earth and some air, but mostly a lot of fire. So I do believe, now I've got the guidebook close for this deck, full disclosure, because it's not my most confident deck in terms of, I have personally recently acquired it. And I love this creator. I love Kim Kranz and what she's able to create for us. And it is a deck that I personally want to be more intuitive with, but she is an incredibly insightful sage. So each card offers a plethora of meanings and a wealth of intuitive information. So I am going to read from the guidebook afterwards, but intuitively, I do feel like this person's impact is very secondary. It feels like they are here to be a catalyst or a supporter. They're not here to be the reason why changes happen. They're more there to help pick up the pieces, especially with Scorpion reversed. It's like things happen to you and this person's here to help. Things happen for you and this person's here to help. They very much seem to be in mediator mode, or even, I would argue, crisis management. When a tower moment happens in your life, or when you feel like things are just sort of becoming a bit overwhelming, this person is here to help you, especially with all this fire energy. And we have one fire sign energy that's somewhat blocked. So I don't think they're the Scorpion. I think when you feel this Scorpion energy in your life, this person is here to assist with that. And with this Tarantula energy, I do think that movement with this person happens very quickly when they're there to support. I think that life can be a lot more exciting and fun and passionate when they're there and a part of the moment. I do think that the two of you work really well together, and I believe that their impact is to make sure that you aren't denying yourself any opportunity. They're really there to show you what you're capable of, especially with this Tarantula. You've got 8 legs. You've got all of these things that you can do, and this person is here to show you that you can do it and to make sure that you see that potential within yourself. With the Bee here, I do feel like this person offers you perspective, like we saw in the first part of your reading, but I also think that they're a big part of the abundance and the movement forward that you see. This person is a very physical help in your life, in that they seem to be very present when things are moving forward. But I also think that behind the scenes, you wouldn't see things the way that they are without them being there. And without, first of all, feeling that support, but secondarily, being able to have someone with a brain like theirs in your life. They really do think outside the box sometimes. And with Raccoon reversed, I honestly think this is a good thing. Sometimes I don't see this Raccoon energy in such a helpful way. It almost feels like it's trying to mise us or be a little bit sort of, because you know that some raccoons have that bad rap of being like thieves, like they just eat out of your garbage basically. So with this being reversed, I think that's a good thing. I think this person is there to kind of help you when you feel like somebody's eating out of your garbage, or when you feel like you're being dealt with the lesser value of things. They're there to show you that there's another way and that you have other things that you can rely on, if that makes sense. So without further ado, let's read from the guidebook now. I want to start with the raccoon energy because it is at the back of the deck. Okay, from memory, the raccoon is after the rabbit. Yes, okay. Talented, shadowy, and in hiding. I don't know if you can read that. There we go, that's a bit better. Raccoon energy is at play within all artists to greater or lesser degrees. At best, it indicates talent, tenacity, and skillfulness with a particular musical instrument or creative tool. However, its shadow side points to an unresolved issue around self-image and success. Sometimes using a stage name or wearing a mask works in an artist's favor. Other times, it limits creativity. Am I who my audience thinks I am? What if I'm ready to grow into something more? Raccoon energy won't let us off the hook until this creative ego fear is resolved. So when it's in balance, it can indicate a generous friend or an exceptional artist. When it is out of balance, it can bring in competitive energies and a starving artist vibe. So to bring it into balance, make new work. I do feel like this person is impacting you to do that, to make new work. They may be a part of your life when you feel like a starving artist and you feel like you have all this competition to be successful, but I genuinely see them as a generous friend and someone who is there to really help you with your self-image and your ideas of success. Let's have a look at all this fire energy now. I want to have a look at Scorpion first. I'm trying to remember Scorpion's after. There we go. Tarantula. Here we go, Scorpion. So, passionate, competitive, and tends toward isolation. The Scorpion is a passionate and determined creature. Their career is very important to them, as are a few select friends. Sometimes the Scorpion's heat festers, and they focus on an unresolved event from the past, usually a situation where they were left feeling burned. The Scorpion card says it's time to come clean about your feelings so everyone can heal and you can get back to your usual fiery but fun self. So keep in mind the Scorpion card is reverse group 1. So when it's in balance, it's wild and free and fierce. When it's out of balance, it's the energy of jealousy, resentfulness, and unresolved. To bring it into balance, you can be honest and forgive. Remember, we did see a lot of that in the first part of your reading. I do feel like this person is in your life to help you be more honest and to forgive and to let go of those heavier energies that the Scorpion can bring, especially if you feel like you've been hard done by external energies or by events in your life. The idea is to be able to bring that back into balance and to feel more free, as well as fierce, because that is a part of your conditioning. So your experiences of adversity can help build your character in a positive way. You should feel more proud and fierce of what you've been able to overcome. Tarantula, at a crossroad, claiming life's purpose. So this is the energy that was upright in the middle of your reading. I see it as the primary energy of this person's impact. So I'm curious to see what the guidebook says. The tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream, yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you must choose Dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers, patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. So when it's in balance, it's about following your intuition. When it's out of balance, it can be an energy of hesitation and over-intellectualization. To bring into balance, you can do daily journaling. So beautiful. This person's impact is very much about making sure that you're prioritizing your dharma, your deeper purpose. I love that word, by the way. Let me show it to you in this book. Here it is. It's in here twice. There, dharma, and down here, dharma. Beautiful. All right, let's have a look at the bee energy now. Oops, I think we went past it. Oh, it's after. My bad. Accidentally went to the beginning instead of the end. Okay, so earnest, hardworking, and democratic. The bee personality is a delight to be around, especially, listen, this is that Leo energy, especially when there's a team project on the horizon. Bees love to work steadily and thoughtfully until the final task is complete. They are sensitive creatures, aware of many subtleties at once. Since they're artists at heart, they usually add creative details to the overall vision. For the most part, they have bustling, joyous personalities until they're too tired from all the work. Then they gripe and then sting. So when in balance, this energy is content, active, and vibrant. When out of balance, it's overworked and annoyed. To bring it into balance, you may need a mini vacation. So I do think that this is somebody who you'll have to take breaks from throughout your relationship. This could be about just making sure that you're not getting on each other's nerves or expecting too much from each other, because you both have this energy of loyalty, balance, partnership, and genuine love. So I do think that this relationship is important because it helps the two of you adapt to each other, so that you can ultimately see how to be a helpful influence in each other's lives as time goes by, adapting to who you've grown to become instead of who you were in the beginning. So we're going to have a look now at what will your relationship with this person be like moving forward. Let's chuck this back in the deck. I'm going to switch decks to the Heart Oracle deck. Okay, what will Group 1's relationship to this person be like moving forward? What will Group 1's relationship to this person be like moving forward? Okay. Oops, we got to take both of them. We have Simply Love and Observe. So this is technically the Six of Cups, and this is the Hanged Man. So more Pisces energy. We also have Clarity of Belief, the Ace of Swords reversed. And at the back of the deck, we have more Taurus energy of nurturing. So this is the Empress energy as well. You could technically say Libra. Yeah, you could technically say Libra as well. I'm just going to drink some more tea. So actually, I probably need some water, actually. You know what? Because like that tea is, if you're a tea drinker, you know, sometimes you hit a point where you're just a little bit dehydrated. At least if it's black tea. Sometimes herbal tea is so hydrating. Anyway, not to the point. I think that, let me just double check that I'm addressing the right question. So what do we need to look at? What will your relationship be like moving forward? Okay. So I think that moving forward with this person, there's something here about a mistake with the Ace of Swords reversed. I don't know if you guys watch Aphrodite. Amazing tarot reader. They're very good at doing, well, to be fair, I can't fault Ant at all. Like, I love a lot of Ant's, I would argue like all of Ant's content actually. I'm not just trying to be out here diplomatically keeping the peace. He's a very entertaining reader. And it was actually through watching him that I realized that the Ace of Swords reversed. Oh my gosh. I don't know why, but my camera just stopped recording. So anyway, we did run out of time technically, but it stopped recording at the most awkward time. So I was talking about Ant. Now, Aphrodite is an amazing reader on YouTube. Maybe I wasn't supposed to talk about him in as much as I ended up doing because I am obviously a fan. But it was through watching him that I realized that the Ace of Swords can indicate us feeling as though we made a mistake or we didn't get to follow through on an idea in the way that we had hoped we could. So I do think that your relationship with this person moving forward. The two of you are going to be taking a break from each other. The Six of Cups is here to show us that the love is still there, but it does feel like you may have been in a physical separation, or you're just being called to spend more time with yourself right now, especially with this Hanged Man energy. I do see the Hanged Man energy as self perspective and getting more connected to your higher self, trusting your intuitive abilities, and being able to make decisions from internal clarity. I do think that if you're feeling confused, this person's probably giving you some space right now, my group ones, to make sure that you feel as though whatever it is that you need to do is coming from a strong connection to self. I feel like this person is just trying to be respectful of the fact that you seem to be wanting some space as well. Like with this Hanged Man energy here, look at all of this symbolism of looking at into yourself and really self-reflecting, and maybe not even going that deep. Maybe it's more a behavioral thing with this Ace of Swords here. But on the deeper side of it, that card does look like us working through some deep childhood wounds, especially for the Six of Cups being here. Your relationship ultimately is healing, but there is a big focus on self for now, especially with the Empress energy here. We're doing this so that we can continue to grow. And we're making sure that we're nurturing instead of damaging, seems to be the word, but I don't think that's the best word for all of you, if I'm honest. So moving forward, the two of you are focused on making sure that you're not confused, making sure that you are in tune with your intuitions, and making sure that you're not adding confusion to each other's lives, ultimately because you're trying to make sure that you both feel empowered and your feelings are clear to yourselves before you think about communicating that to each other. It feels like a pause button, if I'm honest. That's what this feels like. What was our next question? What are the challenges? Let's get into that because I'm curious. This was not what I expected based on the first part of your reading. Get some tarot out. So what are the challenges in this relationship for group one? Okay, we have two cards. Again, the Hanged Man and the High Priestess. Stop. This is getting ridiculous. It's so much Pisces energy. Also that strong intuitive energy of needing a break, pause, connection to self. Like it's very much the same message. What are the main challenges in this relationship? We also have, the Six of Wands. Okay. At the back of the deck, we have the King of Swords. Yeah, King of Swords reversed. I couldn't quite tell. It almost looked like the Queen for a second, but the King's the one that holds the sword and goes like that or like that, because the idea is for fairness and justice. Okay. Anyway, I felt like I was just reciting something from my How to Read Tarot days. So, the challenges with this King of Swords. I'm leaning over the table a little bit, so I just need to check that I'm not blocking the camera. This is interesting because I do think with the King of Swords being reversed, a main challenge is when you don't see eye to eye, it can feel like it's incredibly damaging, especially because this King of Swords is diplomacy. So when you can't agree, it will feel like you're almost rooting against each other. Like it's like either you have to be completely balanced or you will struggle to agree to disagree. So I think that when you have differences in opinions, it will definitely cause a lot of friction, for lack of a better word. Like it could be very intense for some of you, and for others of you, it could just feel like you need a break from each other and you need some time out. I do see this King of Swords as an energy of being out of balance and not feeling like your ideas or your desired outcomes are shared, especially outcomes, because the King of Swords is very objective. It's a Libran energy of trying to maintain justice and peace. So when it's out of whack, it just feels like the system's failed us almost, and we can feel extremely let down. So I do think that a challenge here with the Six of Wands as well can be not feeling appreciated enough in this relationship, or vice versa. And that could come through you being very dependent on each other at certain moments in your lives, especially because the Six of Wands is more about praise and validation. It's not a true sense of support, you know, there's no, this isn't the kind of emotional support. It's more of like the energetic awareness of that person's impact, and giving them praise to inflate their ego. So at times a challenge here could be being able to live up to the expectations of each other's ways of showing praise. I do think with the High Priestess being here reversed, a strong message about the challenge is when we aren't focused enough on self and we're being heavily critical of them instead, disconnected from the deeper meaning and the real purpose as to why that discomfort is there. I do think that externalizing instead of internalizing, in terms of having a look at where this is coming from internally, is going to be a challenge. If it isn't already, maybe this is where you're at now, sweet soul. With the Hanged Man being here, I do think that a major challenge is being able to stay accountable and recognizing what can be done versus what needs to be surrendered. Because this is the kind of relationship that feels like it's here for a long time, not just a good time. We don't need to force it to be there all the time. We can let it go and we can surrender it. And so it is healthy, if anything, for this relationship to not be always here and dependable. So I do think there's a high element of surrendering as well, and being able to let go. This Hanged Man energy is reversed, and so is the High Priestess, by the way. So this reversal of energy does feel like it's struggling and wanting to control something that can't be controlled, focusing on things that shouldn't be focused on. Instead of focusing on what this means for you, you may be extra focused on, well, how does this impact them? What does this mean for them? And the two of you have a deep sense of love. So it could just be that at times, instead of understanding, well, this is really going to cause a lot of impact on me, you're instead looking at, well, I really love this person, so how is that deeply going to impact them? Trying to do the work for them instead of doing the work for you. That seems to be a major challenge here. And then trying to fulfill expectations, and then trying to keep the peace as well. There's a lot of energy here about not feeling like you can do what is right and what is fair, with the King of Swords here in the reverse position. So let's close your reading with some advice, because those challenges were heavy. All right. Your advice card is from our Hermie Oracle Guidebook. Let's see what card you got, and then I'm going to read the energy from the guidebook as well. Oh, wow. Merciful Mother Jamal. 44. So lots of stability, nurturing, connection. There is a strong feeling here of security within this card, of trying to make you feel safe. Your higher self's advice with this very important relationship is to make sure that you take care of number one, especially because your stability and your security is what ensures longevity in this connection. I do see the Merciful Mother card as an energy that can really be a very supportive and profound impact, but it has to, because we are human, we have to take care of ourselves first. I know that that's a very cliche form of advice, but this card also talks about forgiveness and compassion. So I do want to read it from the guidebook now to have a look. Especially with all of that love, there's a lot of optimism in that energy, but the optimism is counterweighted by the fact that there were hardships and there were heavy things that we have to go through to get to that level of forgiveness and freeness and optimism. Let's have a look at what the energy is like in the deck. These cards are very extensive. I'm not going to read everything. I usually read it intuitively. Like I'll read passages that I think will be most helpful for you, just because this reading is already quite long, and listen, it is exhausting talking for this long as well, to be fully honest with you, so I'm not going to do that. So, Merciful Mother Jamal, oh sudden oh my days, I did not just say that. Oh sudden resurrection, oh countless blessings, oh blazing fire in the jungle of thoughts. Today you arrive with laughter to break open the jail. I am such a child, I can't stop laughing at that. But beautiful. So this card is about breaking free. And remember, you got all of that energy about awakening, realizations, being able to free yourself. You blazing angel, capable of so much. You evoke the testing hand of life. Why not when you cannot fail? Yet in your sweet surrender, how can the great beloved not respond in kind and offer you solace, comfort, and mercy? For not all success must be hard won. Your higher self is saying, can you imagine this? The sweet face of the all-powerful. It shines upon you as the love emanating from the Holy Mother's eyes, the golden radiance of her body and the gentleness of her touch. This is your birthright now, your divine inheritance. The mercy of the all-merciful, let it soften the hard edges of your life and your being and bring to you the grace that is deserved. So some of you may need to seek mercy from this person's higher self, and your higher self is saying it is important that you surrender yourself to the ideas of forgiveness and to the ability to lift a heavy weight that could be on your shoulders as well in this connection. What else do we have? Don't fear that if you suddenly give yourself a break, all your discipline, hardness, toughness, and suffering will go to waste. No, all things provide learning and serve divine purpose, but now there is no reason to continue in that way. It is time to learn another way. You are strong enough now to become gentle. Holy. Can we just have that be your line, my group ones? You are strong enough now to become gentle. I think I'm going to leave it there. The last thing your higher self wants you to know is that if you are somebody that likes to pray, praying can also be affirmations that you say to yourself. Your communication, your words, your thoughts are incredibly powerful. Your higher self is saying your prayers are very powerful. So keep praying to whoever you're praying to. Say the affirmations to whoever you're saying them to, but especially your higher self, especially your ancestors, and especially your loved ones who watch over you, and especially Source if you believe in a specific deity, or if you are spiritual and you believe in a collective energy of consciousness that is there to guide us. Keep saying those powerful words because they are actually guiding, steering, comforting, and helping you. So group one, that is what I'm seeing for you. I hope this reading was helpful. I hope ultimately we were able to delve into the depths of your most important relationship in your life right now. It has been a pleasure to do this reading. Thank you so much for all of your support. If you have anything kind to spare, please comment it in the comments below. And if you find a comment that you really feel resonates with you, do like it to show your support to each other. Let's keep this community helpful and loving. And I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye. My group twos, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this beautiful amethyst crystal, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Group two, I'm just going to pull this microphone a bit closer to my voice. Now, in today's reading, we're asking Spirit all about your most important relationship in your life right now. I have a lot written down in my book right here. We're going to cover as much as we can. The whole purpose behind this reading is to make sure that you know who your support team is, to make sure you're aware of, first of all, who you can turn to, but also how they can support you. So we're going to cover quite a lot in this reading, which is one of the main reasons why there won't be an extended reading either. So the first thing we're going to ask is, who are they? Who is the most important relationship in your life. And for that, we're going to be using some tarot. So please tune me into Group 2's energy, Spirit. Tune me into Group 2's energy. Who is the most important person in Group 2's life? Who is the most important person? Okay, we have the Seven of Wands. Who is the most important person in Group 2's life? And we have the Two of Swords reversed. Okay. We have the Emperor reversed. One more card, I reckon. Who is the most important person in Group 2's life, Spirit? We also have the Five of Swords reversed. So let me just move these up a little bit. Is that better? Yeah, and then I can put the bottom deck energy down here. So we have a Page of Pentacles at the back. Alrighty. So what can I tell you, my Group 2s? The first thing you need to know is your most important person in your life is actually divided. So we're going to talk about two different people. We're going to talk about one person who is yet to come into your life and how they are going to really sort of change things. I don't know how much more I can talk, but we'll see. I'm going to identify them here and then we'll see how they relate in the next portions of your readings, because obviously we have a lot to cover. So if they come up again, I'll try to explain both of them to just kind of give you a bit of clarity. But the vibe in your life right now is that there is a change happening in your support network, Group 2. You have people around you now, but there is a very important person who is yet to come into your life. They'll be a very stable, grounded, reliable person. And I feel like this will be someone who can offer you a lot of security and comfort, like the kind of person that you turn to whenever you have a problem. It kind of gives me big, like almost father vibes. Somebody who is very like capable, and even if they don't know everything, they still offer a safe place until you can figure it out together. So this person is likely to come in at a time where you feel like you don't have a lot of other people to turn to. Your relationship with them will strengthen at that moment, and it will feel like this person has a lot of the answers to the questions that are up in the air. You're going to want to spend a lot more time with this person while you're going through a lot of adversity. And you'll bond through the fact that this person is a very good problem solver. They're very good at conflict resolution, and they help you see the bigger picture. So sometimes they help you overcome some pettiness or kind of the tit for tat parts of situations where it's not about that. It's more about getting to a more peaceful place. This is somebody who I feel is going to be very paternal. You could even have children with them, or they may have like more of like a paternal role in your life. Doesn't have to be a male, but they're coming through, oh my days, coming through with a lot of strong masculine energy. I do also believe that there will be an age gap between you and your most important relationship in your life. And I think that they're very, very close, Group 2, because the whole point of this reading was to ask about who is in your life right now. So it could be that this person is already here, but you just haven't turned to them yet. You haven't asked them for their help, and you haven't actually identified them as this amazing problem solver who makes you feel very, very safe. But especially if there's conflict in a social situation or between a few different people, you're going to feel like this person is just so capable, has all the answers, and is also just a very almost, I want to say wise, but like stoic in the right kind of ways, like just a very still sort of energy. So outside of that, there is another energy that is currently in your life. And I feel like at this stage, you're being very highly guided by your higher self, my Group 2s. There's a strong feeling of alienation in this group, and of almost feeling like you don't have a lot of people in your inner circle. So I do think that your higher self is being very active in your life right now and is really trying to steer you through a situation where you're confused, you don't know what to do. You could do this, or this, And at this stage, it's just like everything you think of is not the clear solution. So I do think that for this group, I'm just going to focus on this paternal energy and your higher self, because I do get this strong feeling of you having most of the answers and then having a strong person in your life that you can turn to help you figure out the things that you're learning for the first time. I see that you're a highly capable person. I just think that you're in a situation in which you feel a little unearthed, you feel unnerved, and you don't really know what to make of this. I'm also seeing that you're at a point where you've outgrown a certain situation with the Page of Pentacles reversed. So you're likely, the people who you used to get support from are probably not your current support team. I do think that your most important relationship is yet to materialize in front of you with its full-blown potential. So I'm sorry that we couldn't really get too much information about who is here right now, but I do want to double check on who this strong masculine energy is. Any more information about who this strong masculine energy is for my group 2s, please, Spirit? Obviously there's a little bit of Aries. This type of color or this flower could be significant for some of you. We're going to zoom right in because I'm going to be doing charms. We also have the 11th house. So there's that energy that I was picking on earlier of transformation. I feel like, first of all, Aquarius with the 11th house. But there's also this feeling here of futuristic, like something happening for your highest good, and it's leading you to a future-based outcome, a surprise. This person may be just around the corner. So who is this person? This is someone that will think about you a lot. They're very thoughtful is what I'm getting. For a lot of you, they're thinking about you right now. We also have the initial G, so that could be of some significance. Could be your first or last name or theirs in terms of the initial. We also have Taurus, so we have some fixed energy here with Aquarius and Taurus. That tells me that this person is quite stable, they're quite constant, and they could be, this was actually in the South Node position. So for some of you, this is someone that you've already had, two messages. For some of you, this is someone who's already a part of your life, but you weren't as close to them. The relationship is developing. For others of you, this is somebody who will really help you work through the things that feel like they're holding you back from your potential. Working through baggage, working through recurring patterns or cycles, working through some heavy feelings, making sure that you are overcoming some pretty big cycles in your life. We now have Saturn, so more Aquarius energy, a little bit of Capricorn. Saturn is a very strong ruler of lessons and cycles that kind of really force us to put in a lot of hard work and effort. So I do feel like this person is someone who doesn't give up easily. They're very reliable. They feel a sense of responsibility. And once they're given a commitment, like they don't back down. This is someone that sticks to what they say they're going to do and follows through. We have more Aries energy. So cardinal and fixed signs are coming through strongly at the moment. Aries energy of newness, of firsts. To be honest, this makes me think that even if you do know this person, you've never had this kind of relationship with them before. You've never been able to rely on them like this before. You've never been able to really look up to them and go, yes, like you're going to take care of me and I believe you. So for some of you, this is repairing like a father relationship. But I do look more Aries energy. I do strongly feel that this person just has a lot of masculine sort of energy that makes them want to protect and be present and helpful and supportive. We have it as always on my mind. So this is a deep thinker. This is somebody who, sorry, I have my fan on, so these are just kind of blowing away. But this is somebody who is definitely going to be thinking before they take inspired action towards you. I do think that this is somebody who's very good, again, at problem solving because they see the bigger picture and they see what the actual outcome is that is desired and how to get there. So they kind of help calm you down in those moments where you could be feeling very anxious or challenged or just frustrated because you feel like you're hitting a brick wall after brick wall. This person can go, well, actually, you've only seen 3 walls. Here's the door, kind of thing. Here we have an O as well. So we have a G-O, go. I'm also hearing OG. So I feel like this is a very, I'm hearing that they're almost like an original. So like they might be like a lost art of a personality, a very sort of traditional type of person. That's also what Taurus can represent as well, a traditional type of person that likes kind of traditional standards in relationships. And I say that plural because for some of you this is a family member, for others of you this is a lover who has a very paternal energy. Now we also have Cancer moon energy. So what I'm getting with the Cancer moon energy is that this person is really, I'm just checking that I haven't missed anything too. This person is very deeply, has a lot of love for you. And I do think that they are going to want to just make sure that they are taking care of you. And they're going to have a side to them that may be a little bit hard to open up to. They could have a more emotional side to them that is hard for them to communicate. I think that they're very thoughtful. Their love language could be like acts of service, doing things to help you out. I do think that this is somebody that is very big on quality time, and that they also appreciate when the two of you show up for each other in general. So I do think that this person may not be comfortable, like one of their love languages that they may struggle with is communicating their feelings. They're probably more of a shower. They're probably someone that likes to show you how they feel through what they do for you. I'm just going to pack these up now, group 2, because they are blowing everywhere. We don't want them to end up in Yoda's mouth. For those who don't know, Yoda is my dog, my little sausage. Okay, let's pack that up. So much Aquarius energy. I was feeling it. I was weird because I'm looking at the cards and I'm like, I can feel Aquarius, but I don't see Aquarius. So it's just that star energy of like helping you heal and helping you look forward at the bigger picture and getting you through situations so that you feel you have options. So aside from your higher self and this person, we're going to have a look at how they can impact your life with the Animal Spirit deck. I do have the guidebook close as well, my group 2s, mostly because this is a deck that I actually prefer to read intuitively, and I've started studying the cards, and then I was like, you know what, actually I want to be more of an intuitive reader with this deck. I don't want to sort of spoil the fun by knowing everything about it. So let us get some cards for your higher self first, and then we'll ask about this person. Spirit, how can group 2's higher self impact their life right now? We have crocodile. Oh my days, that's dragon. My bad. I saw the eye, I didn't read the words. I promise I can read. Haven't been secretly tricking you all this whole time. Group 2, how can their higher self impact them? Kind of a weird question to ask about your higher self, to be honest with you. Okay, we have Firefly, Rabbit, and we have Fire Ant at the back of the deck. So air, earth, oh my gosh, fire, and then dragon. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to pull the deck out, but we won't open it yet. The guidebook, sorry. I'll pull the guidebook out, but we won't open it yet. So what I feel is your higher self is trying to impact you in a way where it's not really the best language, because your higher self is not an external force or energy. Your higher self is very much you in a different dimension, technically. According to quantum theory and spirituality, your higher self exists in a higher dimension that transcends matter and is therefore not bound by the laws that we have constructed to matter. Excuse me, that's ridiculous. No more. That's too loud. Too loud. So your higher self is out here trying to offer you a bigger perspective always, trying to show you things that your physical vessel is limited to be able to see due to the fact that we have created an earth that is bound by a lot of laws in nature. So in terms of how your higher self is trying to impact you right now, or how your higher self is trying to help you to see, the dragon is almost this energy of patience, knowing, and potential. Your higher self is trying to say, hey, listen, things may be difficult right now in some ways, but you have a lot of potential coming out of this change. You have a lot of goodness and growth and a lot of treasure waiting for you on the other side of this adversity. And I do believe that this dragon energy is about making that happen with your actions and making sure that you don't lose traction towards what all of this is, like what your hard work is going towards, what your energy is going towards. Your higher self is really trying to encourage you to keep going. Don't lose stamina. But your higher self is also trying to helpfully show you creative solutions to some of the challenges you're facing, especially with Firefly here. It's like they're trying to illuminate and offer some light in a situation that could have felt confusing or just dark, in terms of you're not confused, but you just don't know what the solution is, what the outcome is. Your higher self with Firefly is trying to show you how powerful your the idea of curious thinking is, and how powerful your mind can be when you start seeking answers or finding solutions in different places or in ways that are outside of the box a little bit. Your higher self may be calling you towards circumstances that could feel very unconventional, or it could feel like things are picking up in a way where this is not what you had planned, you know? It's almost like you are being led in the dark a little bit, but your higher self is trying to be the light in the dark for you. With the rabbit here, this earthy energy, I do believe that your higher self is also trying to make you a little bit more aware of what your next physical actions are and of what could be required of you next. I do think of a rabbit as being a little bit flighty, but I also think of a rabbit as being someone who needs to move in order to kind of survive. Like, I don't see a rabbit as a predator. I see a rabbit as someone that has energy and can move quite quickly when needed to. So your higher self is almost trying to keep this energy going for you. And I know that the rabbit has a more sentimental meaning as well, which we'll talk about in the guidebook. But for now, that energy is really just about, please don't stop, keep going. It will all work out, I promise. I'm trying to help you find what all of this means, especially if you've had relationship breakdown, sweet soul, or if you've felt alienated. That's what that Aquarius energy was, alienation. Because as we heal, sometimes we transcend certain connections because we're not on the same healing journey. It doesn't mean that we're better than anybody. It doesn't mean that anybody's right or anybody's wrong. It just means that we're individuals on individual journeys. And with this fire ant energy at the back of the deck, your higher self is also wanting you to know that you will get this sense of community, and working together with the right people will actually help you achieve things quite easily. Your higher self is trying to guide you to the right people and trying to make you see what isn't working so that we can be more open to finding people who do work with us. So let's have a look at what the guidebook says as well on some of this. I'm going to start with dragon. Oh, rabbit. Okay, we'll start with rabbit. So, afraid of everything, overwhelmed and frozen, the rabbit loves to remind his friends that someday the eagle will swoop down and eat him. He talks and talks and talks about it, so loudly in fact that one day the eagle hears and thanks him for the great idea. Rabbit energy is alive when we are scared, most often about the future, and we become our own worst enemy. We spin up a dust cloud of fear and then complain to others that we are lost. Notice your thoughts and words. Oh, rabbit, they shape your destiny. Yeah, that's very much what your higher self is trying to do. Help you notice your thoughts and words. So when in balance, this energy can be very sensitive. It's a problem solver energy and a good listener energy. Your higher self is trying to problem solve and guide you to be sensitive and listen. When out of balance, it's an energy that can over-explain and talk fast. To bring into balance, they recommend doing a day of silence so that you can be more in tune with that sensitive energy, which I would argue is more of an intuitive energy, but we'll see. All right, shall we? Why am I rhyming? Let's go toe. Okay, so earth was there. Maybe we should just do fire ant. If I remember correctly, fire ant's the first one in the deck. Here we go. aggression, oh my days, rigid thinking, following orders. Fire ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or situation, only making things worse. How can you break free from the drama and cool down? Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. So when in balance, thoughtful and disciplined. When out of balance, argues, excess heat, and gossips. To bring this energy into balance, more solo time and walks at night. It feels like your higher self is really encouraging you that for right now, if you're feeling triggered and if you feel like people are rooting against you and you're having to really prove yourself in a situation, take a break, walk away, cool down, tune in, and then seek the answer. So let us have a look next at Dragon. Seeing one's most true self, balancing the ego. So the dragon sees everything. Its essence has been with us since before our first breath and will be there at our last. It watches us navigate the external world as well as our inner world. When dragon energy is awakened, we are courageous, visionary, and can easily drop into witness consciousness. It is almost as if we are traveling with a great friend inside of ourselves. When we look in the mirror deep into our eyes, we may even glimpse the self behind the self, the one who is watching us. Oh my gosh. This is the power of the dragon breathing transformative fire into every cell of our bodies, witnessing the omnipotent? I don't know how people say it, but I just want to say it separately. Omnipotent. It sounds more like omnipotent energy, even for a brief moment. So that's the idea of diverse and potent, like diverse and rich energy. Helps us surrender and let go. We let the dragon guide us. We hop on its back for a ride, and as we traverse even the most difficult terrain, the dragon's eyes see beauty everywhere. It is said that if a yogi does not see beauty in the world, their Agni is dim. Agni described as inner fire or sacred intelligence. May even just the heat of the dragon stir the embers of intelligence within you. So the dragon is associated with your third chakra, my sweet soul, your solar plexus, Manipura. So I do feel like, first of all, the dragon is your higher self. How is your higher self impacting you? It's always there. It's something you can always tune in to, even when you feel alone, even when you feel like there's nobody else around, and even especially when you are lost, confused, and afraid. Your higher self is always there. This omnipotent energy. Oh, listen, I'm trying with that word, but this powerful, diverse, and rich energy of creativity, of passion, of source, of potential, of everything you could wish for is there, guiding, seeking, and ultimately protecting. So let us close by looking at your firefly energy. Fly. Here we go. Inspired and fantastic yet fleeting. The firefly contains the light of 1,000 stars. It's pure, radiant, and illuminating. This high-frequency charge cannot be sustained for long. Therefore, the firefly card indicates a moment of inspiration or awakening that quickly fades if we do not catch it. There is firefly energy behind every poem, song, and invention. Our job is to be ready to harness this creative spirit when it graces our path. What can you do to support this precious and elusive light? When in balance, this energy is about creating, writing, and brainstorming. When out of balance, it can make us feel burnt out and dull. To bring it into balance, write a poem, draw. So this energy is inspired and fantastic yet fleeting. I feel like your higher self is really just out here, solutions, seeking solutions for you, seeking problems, trying to be this MVP behind the scenes while you take the lead within your free will. So let us have a look now at how this person who is coming into your life is impacting you. How is this strong masculine energy that is coming into group two's life impacting them? How is this strong masculine energy that is coming into group two's life impacting them? We have the frog. We have the hummingbird. Okay, we have the golden egg. And at the back of the deck, we have the mouse. Now, I did a lot of reading just then, so I'm going to just quickly drink some water because I'm feeling a little bit dehydrated. So now might be a good time for you to also take a sip. Not that you couldn't do that while I was talking before, but anyway. All right. Oh my gosh. Water is so good. Oh my gosh. All right. So my group twos. Oh, wow. I just realized what we were looking at. I can pull cards, and then once I tune in, it's like completely different vibes. So hang on a minute. Golden egg is huge energy, first of all. I feel like that's crown chakra energy, but I could be wrong. Again, guidebook is right here if we need it. But I am just picking up on the fact that this person is very much like a mentor. They feel like they're here to support you, to look after you, and to ultimately be a big part of how you move forward in life from this moment in time. From when you're looking at this video, this person seems to be a big part of the decisions that you make, the actions that you take, and the breaths that you take. Oh, I'm sorry, police just came into my mind, that every breath you take. But literally, and trying not to be creepy, this person is just very focused on being a supportive person in your life, group two. They want to help you. They want to be present. They want, with the mouse card here, to make sure that they are somebody that if you are feeling confused or afraid or unsupported, they're there. So I feel like they will impact you by helping you find, and again with this hummingbird energy, see things that you weren't able to see, but also attune yourself to a purpose that feels profoundly high, like something that you may have felt was missing previously that could have caused a tower moment in your life previously. Now all of a sudden you have your purpose, group two. And with this mouse energy being here, I do believe that this is somebody who is going to impact you by helping you be exactly who you are meant to be without feeling threatened for it. Especially if you have feminine energy, or you have this kind of energy that is very soft and, in the best way that I can describe it, wants to just do things without feeling like it's going to be hunted or hurt. This mouse energy is very tentative and sensitive and just wants to, walk through a field without being preyed on by snakes or eagles or even larger rodents. So I feel like this person impacts you by helping you embrace your true nature and allowing you to travel down paths and journeys, taking journeys, should I say, that you would have felt a bit too intimidated to do without this kind of person in your life. So let's have a look at what the guidebook is saying about our dearest mouse friend first, who is at the beginning of the deck, my bad. Mouse, where are you? Snake, cute. Okay, come on, mousey. I pulled the mouse card once previously and have not read it yet since then, should I say. So it's not a card that I'm like super comfortable with. Don't tell me it's like the first card in the deck. Bear, earthworm, mouse. Okay. Detail-oriented, small-minded, nitpicky, and nervous. The mouse has an innate desire to tend to the details. I'm just going to reset my camera real quick. It often spends its days fixing, preparing, organizing, and scrutinizing. Unfortunately, a mouse personality doesn't notice when they've gone too far. Soon they begin to have a limited and fearful vision of life and try to control every detail. This can be quite a painful experience for both the mouse and those around them. When the mouse energy is at play, step back for a moment. Maybe time to find a more purposeful project to delve into, one that's worthy of your exacting eye. So when in balance, this energy is organized, resourceful, and prepared. When out of balance, this energy is busy with no purpose. To bring it into balance, a meaningful project. So beautiful, because I can see how this person's energy at times in their shadow could be quite small, no, not small-minded, but nitpicky and detail-oriented to a fault, to the point where they're just trying to control everything, right? So I think that you will ultimately bring out the best in people, because there is also this vibe here of them being able to not coddle you, right? They want to take care of you, but they can't suffocate you and wrap you in bubble wrap and force you to just be safe for the rest of your life. Otherwise, you're not going to grow. Let's have a look at this frog. Where am I with the frog sweets? We're back here. Before the dolphin. I feel like the shark is, yeah, after. Here we go. Clearing, cleansing, and healing. The frog and the water element are almost inseparable. The frog spends its first months of life entirely within this healing element, and then emerges to rest on land. But no matter how earthly the frog becomes, its need for cleansing and rejuvenation is regular. Frogs tend to become overworked and undernourished, so it's vital that such sensitive creatures practice self-care. This card serves as a reminder that water helps us cleanse, forgive, and release. Time to dive in. Frogs aren't meant to carry a heavy load. When in balance, clear energy and enthusiasm for life. When out of balance, we can feel depleted, running on empty. To bring into balance, lakes, rivers, oceans, or bathhouses. So clearing, cleansing, and healing with that frog energy. This person is so helpful in what I said before, your cycles, clearing, cleansing, healing, being able to move forward. Oh my gosh. Okay, hummingbird. Y'all gonna be my biggest group. True God. Positive, enthusiastic, spiritually resourceful. Inside the tiny hummingbird resides an endless well of energy and positivity. The hummingbird's secret is that it has learned where to gather nectar, and it returns to these sources daily for nourishment and rejuvenation. This sacred elixir springs from many sources, but usually involves nature, creativity, and exploring spirituality. Follow the way of the hummingbird, and you cannot go wrong. Every droplet of life becomes sweet, every moment worth savoring. When in balance, this energy is smart, curious, and loves to learn. When out of balance, it can feel pushy, insistent, sharp. To bring it into balance, take a class. So I feel like this person could encourage you to stay more grounded in your spirituality, or to really just ensure that you are constantly seeking, whether that's through teaching or learning, or just with your faith in other respects. Like, we're always students in this life. I'm just recently was reminded of that again. We're always students. As much as we develop and feel confident, we're continually going to end up humbling ourselves in the fact that there's a lot more to learn in life in any stage. So I do feel like this person is a big part of you being able to tap into that curiosity and that positivity to keep seeking answers and seeking more information, even if it's just out of curiosity. Maybe you're not in crisis, maybe you just want to know. So with the golden egg, this is connected to the heart chakra, my bad. Cosmic egg is more the sixth chakra. So within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard, nor the message discerned, until we retreat from the noise of modern daily life. The magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga, yoga nidra, or meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection or contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart, staying open to any response you hear. Engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with our very essence and comfortable with vulnerability. When a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from deep within, now know that you are well on your way. Your chest may swell like you are seeing an old friend that's been away for a long, long time. Listen to the message they've been waiting to tell you. So the golden egg and the fourth chakra. That makes sense. I'm seeing it now. I was looking at it and I got confused because I'm like, that's so many triangles. Like, what is that? Is that the... Yeah, that makes more sense now. That's definitely the heart chakra. The subtle essence of the golden egg is nestled deep within the heart center at the fourth chakra. This chakra is called Anahata. It is the home of the self or soul. By bringing the mind into this center, we discover a portal to the most intimate and luminous space. It is said our inner guide sits there in deep meditation, waiting for us. Anahata translates as the unstruck sound. So I don't think I need to explain anymore, sweet soul. I'll just summarize by saying this person is very impactful. There's a lot of love, there's a lot of care, and there's a lot of support in making sure that you feel like you're tuned in to your purpose, to a sense of self, and to your ability to heal while continually, curiously seeking answers and information on who you are and why you're here. They're a very loving, supportive person who aims to ease your nerves and help you feel more safe. So I'm going to have a look at what your relationship will be like moving forward. Just shuffle this back in. I think to do that, which deck are we using? We're going to be using this Heart Oracle deck. Okay, so real quick, what is Group 2's relationship with their higher self going to be like moving forward? Oh, that was really quick. Heal and refusing to see. I'm sorry to laugh, but like the irony. Find balance. Wowzers. Twos, obviously. We're talking about Ajna, the two petals. So I do think that your higher self and yourself are really trying to find balance between what you know is real based on logic and your ego versus what you feel called and guided to do. There's a lot of healing for you between your innermost self and your highest most self. It feels like we're trying to bring a lot of light towards things that we may have had to suppress or keep down. And there's also this feeling of illumination in general. So maybe as we gather information, we feel illuminated and we feel, oh wow, like this is making a lot more sense, less feeling in the dark. With the refusing to see, this is actually the Two of Swords in this deck. And from a heart space, this can be about us trying to find balance in making decisions based on what we can't see, based on what we don't logically know, but what we may intuitively feel or intuitively know. Especially because that Two of Swords has the third eye open while the physical eyes are closed. It's like your higher self is trying to protect you. If you're not meant to know anything, it won't be given to you at this time. Overwhelming ourselves with unnecessary information can cause confusion. Your higher self is carefully orchestrating the information that is needed in order for you to progress. Anything else outside of that is trying to be purposefully held back from you so that you aren't unnecessarily confused and so that you know how to move forward. It does look like you may be restructuring your priorities. You may be putting in a routine in order to feel more connected to self. This could be about a self-care routine. It could be about a morning wake-up routine. It could be about a good night routine, something that you do on your lunch break. The goal with this change is to make sure that you feel more connected to self. So your relationship with your higher self is going to experience more balance, some small changes, and a lot more clarity as you begin to focus on your healing. Let's have a look at this person now that's coming into your life. So what will your relationship with them be like in the near future? My group 2s and this masculine energy. Look what's at the back of the deck, Emperor. What will their relationship with this masculine energy be like? We have release. We're seeing a lot of recurring themes in this group. We have the 6 of Cups, simply love. Get one more card. What else can you tell them about their relationship with this person? We have refusing to see reversed. So this person is like your voice of reason, but they also understand that your faith is very important to you. So they will give you space to understand what your faith is trying to tell you, whether that's faith from self or faith from source. There is a strong feeling here of making sure that they are a helpful part of your life with this release energy. Their goal here is to be helpful in adapting with you through all the changes that you're experiencing. Your relationship with them will be about releasing burdens, cycles, and shedding sort of patterns of behavior that are more associated with your old self, so that you can move forward and embrace who you are becoming, my group 2s. Your relationship with them could feel like it happens at a very difficult time in your life, because this death energy isn't easy. It is very much about having to let something go in order to make way for something new. And sometimes this can bring about feelings of grief and other emotions as well that are quite heavy and require processing. With the 6 of Cups reversed, it does feel like your relationship with them is going to be about you two being able to support each other, which may mean that you don't always have to be on the same page. I see the 6 of Cups reversed almost at being able to love and respect each other, and doing so in a way that could feel distant at times. You may kind of find yourself wanting to be really close to this person and then wanting space from them and just telling them, you know what, like actually I just need some time. I just need some time for me. With this 2 of Swords reversed, I feel like your relationship will be very much about them being the voice of reason and being able to see things that you can't. They're there to help you add information, but they're not there to make the decisions for you. Your relationship with them is very much about, again, them just filling in the gaps and having information that you may not have had that can add to your decision-making process. With the Moon energy at the back of the deck here, I do feel like the 2 of you are going to help each other in some pretty big ways. I think that when this person shuts down emotionally, they're going to quickly realize that that creates distance between the 2 of you, because you are someone that needs to be in tune with your feelings in order to feel confident in your faith and in your intuition. And this person could rely more on their instincts rather than their intuition, which is another good source of wisdom, but it is based on experience. And when we look at the unknown, there's a certain level of instinctual behavior that could sabotage potential if we're looking at something we've never experienced before. So I do feel like you're going to teach each other in different ways and help each other in very different ways. There's a lot of love here, a lot of water energy. Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio is very strong, especially Scorpio. And I think that your relationship is going to be incredibly transformative and helpful and supportive. So let's move forward, my group 2s. We're now going to have a look at what the challenges are. I don't think we'll have to do this for your higher self though, because, I mean, we could just pull a quick card just in case. But we're going to get tarot back out for this portion. What are the challenges for group 2 with their higher self, their relationship to their higher self? The Ace of Pentacles reversed. I'm hearing self-sacrificing. It's an interesting way of putting it. We also have the King of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords makes me think that once you get hurt, it's hard for you to trust again. And that could be related to your relationship to your higher self as well. The Moon at the back of the deck, not trusting what you feel, and finding it hard to trust in the dark when you don't have clarity, or when the answers are especially murky, in terms of they're in the dark. I'm using weird words for some reason. Now with the Ace of Pentacles reversed, that's this energy of selfishness, but it could also be about you having your priorities askew. At times, your relationship with your higher self could be challenged by the fact that you're more conscious of your material world. Not that this is a bad thing, but it could just be that when you're in survival mode, you don't have the capacity to tune in and to be connected. You're literally just trying to survive. And so this could create challenges with some of the choices you make and with some of the actions that you take being more instantly gratifying instead of in your highest possible good. Because your higher self is there to make sure that you're in tune with your highest possible outcome. So with the King of Pentacles over here, I do think that another challenge is what we are wanting versus what we need. So for some of you, you could find yourself getting into situations that feel like they're heavy commitments, almost burdens, and it could make you think that you need to do this when actually your higher self is like, no, that's just a want. That's somebody else's external wants for you, or that's your own wants for yourself. It's not your highest possible good. A challenge with the King of Pentacles could feel like you signing yourself up for things that you have to see through, due to the fact that we do live in a world where, you know, people have monetary responsibilities, and if you have a job that doesn't align with your values, it could be very difficult for you to continue working in that position long term, because it is challenging and triggering to your higher self. So your higher self is here to help you develop and gain more trust with self, as well as success and prosperity, and ultimately bringing you all of the joy that you could possibly imagine. So when you find yourself more materialistically motivated, you become very challenged at connecting with your higher self, and it's hard for you to trust the choices that you're making about your future, because it seems to be sabotaging a lot of the material growth that you've collated for yourself in this specific field. I think some of you may have huge career changes in life. You may find yourself doing very well, doing exactly what you studied for in school, and then all of a sudden you have a huge tower moment, you have a spiritual awakening, and you want to do something completely different. Some of you may go through that with your higher self. Let us move forward. We'll have a look at the challenges in your relationship with that masculine energy. Still a lot of cardinal and fixed energy too in this person's vibes. Spirit, what are the challenges in this relationship between group 2 and this masculine energy? Okay, first card we have the Four of Wands reversed. Oops. Next we have the Six of Cups reversed. And we have the Page of Swords with the Two of Swords. Yeah, similar sort of themes. That's why I kind of didn't want to do this for you guys, because I feel like we got all of the challenges out in previous questions, but that's all right. We'll talk about it again. So, Two of Swords reversed, being able to make decisions, helping you be the voice of reason, offering a lot of logic. A challenge here is seeing that as them trying to be helpful, and at times feeling like they are trying to control you. It's not like they're trying to tell you what to do, they're just trying to give you information. And so a challenge could be the two of you recognizing that this is constructive feedback, but you don't have to take it on board. You don't have to listen to what they're saying, and they don't have to give you unsolicited advice either. You may need to sort of at times just go with what you're feeling and kind of prove them wrong a little bit, because they are so experience-based and you're so intuitive-based when it comes to decision making. With the Four of Wands reversed, a challenge here is stability for some reason. The two of you may want to lead very different lifestyles or routines, and it could be hard for the two of you to have stability in this relationship energetically. It could feel like the two of you aren't making enough time for each other, or your routine isn't really shared. You may even live in different places at a time, which could be very difficult for the two of you to feel connected with this person. I do think that at times when you do have disagreements, you both take it very, very personally. And it may be that you really miss each other when you're away from each other as well. So challenges are when you're not together, it feels like a piece of you is missing. And I do think you struggle a lot when you're not in each other's lives, respectively. By the way, it's not just you, them as well. With the Six of Cups reversed, there's a strong feeling of missing each other. I think that you're going to be very complementary, and you're going to recognize how you work so well together. So again, when you're apart, you really miss each other. And the Six of Cups reversed is a strong feeling of coming home to somebody that kind of should have been in your life from the beginning. It's also an awareness of knowing that you had to go through certain experiences in order to appreciate each other in your lives. I do see the Six of Cups reversed as a deep sense of devotion as well and loyalty. So I think that at times it could be challenging when your choices take you in different directions for whatever reason. With the Page of Swords being here, another challenge could have to do with making sure that you are communicating with each other and that you don't just sort of take impulsive action without consulting the other person. I do think that you have a lot of shared interests, but I think at times it could feel like you have to keep things away from this person to protect them from stressing out over it, because they do want to be the one who carries a lot of that burden in this connection. So the Page of Swords is a curious energy that is constantly seeking information, and as a challenge, it could be hard for this person to keep up with the fact that you have a lot of interests, or that you want to just jump from this to that and this to that. This person's like a slow mover. They want to just sort of make one thing work. So that could be challenging in this relationship at times as well. Let's keep moving forward to your last question. We're asking Spirit now for advice from your higher self on your most important relationship. So I'm gonna go ahead and guess that this has to do with that person, because we're asking your higher self about them. Your card is Arise. Oh wow. And in this deck, it's a very moody image of like this ethereal white light being versus these very darker tones of blues. And the blues for me, like throat chakra energy, confusion, despair, uncommunicated grief or heavy feelings that we are having difficulty in expressing. And then we have this energy of Source trying to guide us and telling us to arise, to not feel ashamed for having these human feelings. Let's read from the book now. Rumi. Number 13, again, a lot of transformation for this group. Everywhere I look, it's just transformation for you. All right. Oh, I was there. My bad. I literally opened it to the right page. So with the Rumi Oracle guidebook, you guys, I don't read everything. They're very big pages, so I just intuitively read what I think is going to be helpful for you. So your higher self's message is, every cell in your body is created to rise to challenges. Your life is meant to confront everything that holds you captive. Don't sit at the bottom of the well, not caring about salvation. Listen to the voice within calling to you. Reach for eminence beyond your own maturity. Oh, the joy of you, the expanse of you. You fill my own heart with your magnificent essence. I see and know the great beloved in you. Therefore, the great beloved is looking out at me from behind your eyes. I see the candlelight of your heart temple flicker within your gaze. This is what the candle of hope honors, the workings of the great beloved, so creative and crazed with love for you that all circumstances of your life, down to the tiniest detail, are evoked out of love. Love out of passionate desire takes you from despair into hope, from holding on to From holding on to letting go, from turning away to opening up. So the great beloved takes you across the moonlit ocean into the temple of the cosmic heart. Here, an eternal flame burns bright with hope, igniting the light within the hearts of all of humanity. So I do feel like your higher self is saying, like, I'm here. I haven't, oh my God, I'm going to cry. That is so powerful. I can't believe how much emotion was in that for me, but like, I feel like your higher self is just strongly trying to tell you, group 2, I'm here. I never left you. And your higher self is the closest that you can get to source. Whether you're spiritual or religious, it's the closest that you can get to source. So that is essentially source saying, like, I never left you, I'm here. So beautiful. When it comes to feeling supported, connected, and loved, you always have your higher self there for you, group 2. Your higher self is always there to support you and to connect you with your angels, your ancestors, your spiritual team, and to make sure that you are making choices that help you feel like you're on the right path, that you're supported, that you're loved right here on earth in this dimension of 3D. So your higher self is guiding you towards your highest possible outcome when it comes to love and when it comes to success. And there may be a huge transformation in your life in both respects. But it's very, very important that you don't stop seeking those answers and that you keep pushing energy forward towards what is best for you. Don't lose momentum when it comes to the path that you're on, and don't stop fighting for yourself and for what you need right now. Make sure that you are walking away from situations that bring out the worst in you, and make sure that you are prioritizing those quiet moments for self to restore, to balance, and to feel more connected. I'm sending you so much love on your journey, my group 2s. I wish you all the enlightenment that your beautiful brain can manage at this time. Keep seeking your truth, precious soul. Thank you so much for your time with me today. You're probably my biggest group, so I appreciate your patience, your energy, and your ultimately support in being here. Please look after your precious self, and I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye. Hi, my group 3s, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this vial, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome, group 3. We're asking Spirit today, what is the most important relationship in your life? I have my little book here of all of the things that we have to cover. It's going to be a juicy reading. We're in for a long one, so make sure you have something to write with and to write on so that you can take notes of what resonates, especially because this is a long reading. My goal is to try to empower you with information. So if you feel like you're getting more confused, it's important that you only note down what is resonating so you can reflect back on that after your reading. And it's also important for you to get a hydration source too, because we're in for a long one. Speaking of, I just started mowing my lawn and I'm taking a break by doing this reading. So I'm going to start hydrating myself right from the get-go. Oh, water tastes so good. Okay, my group 3s, please, Spirit. Please tune me into group 3's energy. Offer me the ability to give them the most helpful, honest, clear messages that they need right now about the most important relationship in their life. Please, Spirit, be here with us to connect our collective energies. Let's get into it. I'm going to put we'll put everything up here because we're not going to see those cards until the end. Our first part is, who is this person? So who is the most important person in your life, my group 3s, starting with tarot and some tissue box messages. Now I do have my fan on. It is very warm at the time that I'm filming this, which I'm grateful for, but that means that the fan will blow some of the tissue box messages. So I'll read them and then I'll put them right away because they can get a bit annoying. So who is group 3's most important relationship, Spirit? Who is group 3's most important relationship? Oh, not the 2 4s coming out reversed. Who is group 3's most important relationship? I just see what I've done. I've shuffled some cards backwards. There we go. Who is group 3's most important relationship, please, Spirit? Okay, 3 of Swords, the Knight of Cups. Interesting. I'm hearing a lot already. We have the 2 of Swords reversed. I'm going to get tissue box messages out. Who is group 3's most important relationship? Now, the purpose of this reading is to really help you feel like you're not alone and to make sure that you feel supported. We've only got a few messages for you for some reason. Every time I tried to grab more, they fell out of my hands. So I think that this is somebody who is on unshaky ground with you right now. I'm going to guarantee that one of these cards says something like forgive, or has reference to you needing to kind of work through some difficult patches, potentially around having difficult conversations. This person may feel like somebody that comes into your life after you let something else go, another relationship, another person in your life, a situation that once felt very stable, very peaceful. This important person is here amidst a lot of instability and change. So let's have a look. We have friend. So Spirit is saying that this important person is most likely a friend, or you know them through a friend. We do have the letter A here as well. So that could be yours or theirs initials, first or last name. We have Capricorn coming out. So Capricorn is some earth sign cardinal energy. This is somebody that is really good at taking the lead. They're somebody that is really good at making the plans and following through. A Capricorn energy is very much task focused, and they are a bit of a leader. They're also someone who can be very goal orientated, but they're someone that's very hardworking. So I am hearing that sometimes this person could be quite pessimistic. That's a side of Capricorns, but I do feel like at their core of them being the best version of themselves, they're very helpful in getting things done. We have inspired. So this person could have, excuse me, I'm sorry, but that's too loud. You can't play with that one, sweet boy. It's too loud to take that toy off him. He did that for group 2s too. It was very disruptive. So for inspired, you got other toys. Good boy. For inspired, there's a strong message here of creative energy. This person could be a bit of a schemer or a dreamer. There could be this mutual energy of being inspired to work on something together, or to, no, play with your other toys. Good boy. Or to work through something like that you both have wanted. I am getting that this person is very helpful to whatever it is that you are needing to focus on. So they seem to be a key part of your current goals. We also have Venus here, so some Taurus and some Libra, a partnership. Yeah, this person has a strong, balanced vibe of wanting to give as much as you give and wanting to be a part of it sentimentally, might I add. There's that objectiveness that I was feeling. This person is very focused on whatever it is that you may need from them. Their goal is to really just be a supplementary part of your life, essentially. What else do we have? They want to be helpful. They don't want to be a burden. We have if only. Okay, that's the wishing side. And we have February, so it could be technically Pisces or Aries with February. I am grateful for my love. So there's a lot of love here with Venus. This person could be very, you could kind of look up to them a little bit. They could take very well care of themselves, or they could have a very beautiful sort of face or a very handsome face, very striking features with that Libran influence of Venus. But this is somebody that cares deeply and is quite protective. So I feel like there's a lot of love between the two of you. And I think that with these 2 4s reversed, even if this is somebody who is not well established in your life at the time of this reading, they are definitely someone who very quickly becomes a very important person. So who are they? So I feel like with tarot here, this person comes, your relationship with them strengthens through some sort of instability or insecurity around housing, around another relationship. You could have a breakdown of an important, reliable relationship, even a marriage. That's how serious it feels. And it feels like there's also some monetary issues coinciding with this Four of Pentacles reversed. You could feel like you are quite reliant upon each other, or you could feel like this person is the answer to your problems. With this Four of Pentacles reversed, there's also a message here of trying to make things a little bit more open. So this person may be there to help you make changes that you were just kind of trying to avoid. Because it does feel like for the Four of Wands and the Four of Pentacles to be reversed, this instability is about taking inspired action towards something greater as well. So I think that this person is someone that really helps you feel like, you know what, I can have more, I can do more, I deserve more, things can get better for me. I almost wonder if, like, between the two of you, there's this energy here of needing to have a difficult conversation about the future that actually makes your relationship become stronger. This could be a friend to lovers type of vibe for some of you. We're going to get more information about what your relationship with them is like and how they impact you and the challenges, etc. But I do feel like this person is somebody who has really strong feelings for you, but we almost keep them at an arm's length in the beginning because we're going through so much. We don't want to rely too heavily on them, even though we do know that they have some of the answers that we need. It's almost like you're forced into each other's lives. I also think that some of you may be too proud to kind of share the problems that you have with this person in the beginning. So you're just sort of protecting them by keeping them at an arm's length. But outside of that, with this Three of Swords here, there's this strong message of trying to make sure that the two of you have the important conversations, even though they're really hard, even though the information may be hard to hear, even though it could impact somebody else by driving a wedge between you and another person or them and another person. You have these difficult conversations so that you can give yourself the chance to move forward in this relationship. So there could be a third party involved at some point, and there's likely going to be a sense of heartbreak or loss that brings the two of you together. With the Two of Swords reversed, I do think that this kind of connection takes you by surprise. You may initially not think too much of it, thinking like, you know, this isn't going to get too serious. It's not going to be anything that crazy. It's going to be pretty straightforward, like blah, yada, yada. Then all of a sudden, you know, you have these very strong feelings. And I feel like one of you in particular is going to be wishing, like, if only things were a bit easier, if only I could have that, if only I could do this. Now, signs that are standing out for me are cardinal energies like Aries and Capricorn and Libra, but we also have some Pisces and Taurus. So Pisces is mutable, Taurus is fixed. There's a bit of like, the objectiveness comes from Libra, but there's also this whimsical feeling, this Neptunian feeling of Pisces, this dreamy feeling. And it does make me think of a bit of Sagittarius as well. There's that fiery energy that Aries does have, but there's also that sort of yearning or that desire for expansion that a Sagittarius energy seems to have here as well. So let's pack this up. We're going to move forward. I'm sorry if that's not super, super clear, but we're going to hopefully get more information for you that can help paint a broader picture. So let's pack these up before they blow too far away. I also do sell my tissue box messages on my website. They come in like an A4 sheet of these. I should have zoomed in so that you guys could see them. But they're pretty helpful. They're also very, very fun. They're $5 Australian, and you can print it off. Once you have the digital PDF, you print it off as many times as you like. So it's sometimes a good birthday present or Christmas present or just a I'm thinking of you sort of gift. It's also a fun divination tool. It's up to you guys. So next we're asking Spirit, how can this person impact your life? And we're going to do this with this animal spirit deck, because I'm still getting used to this deck. So I really want to challenge myself. For my group 3s, how can this person impact their lives? What is the potential? How can this person impact their lives? Gazelle reversed. We won't take reversals, but I'll just keep that in mind. Technically, that's the shadow attribute if it shows up reversed. We also have shark. I was waiting for shark to come out. How can this person impact group 3's life? Let's have the fox. I'm not going to take those 2 cards, but we will have a look at cheetah at the back of the deck. So the way I'll read these cards is I'm going to do an intuitive reading first, group 3, and then I will pull the guidebook out and see what I've missed to fill in the gaps, because I'm not 100% confident with this guidebook, with this deck, sorry. So, Gazelle reversed. I feel like there is, first of all, a lot of fire between the 2 of you. We do have water and we do have earth. But I can see with Gazelle and Cheetah that there is this strong feeling of this person wanting to be around you. So this person is very passionate about you. And I feel like the 2 of you are going to feel like there is this fun sort of energy that you get out of each other, where you really motivate each other. You really push each other to be your best. And I feel like there's a lot of potential when the 2 of you get together. And you may feel like this potential fizzles out once you're apart. But when you're together, it's like you and this person are just capable of achieving absolutely anything that you put your heart to. And so I do think with the shark energy being here as well, that there is a tendency here to rely on each other a little bit too much. Especially once you go from friends to lovers, for those who resonate as that, there'll become a time in this relationship where you'll almost feel like you're expecting too much from the other person, or like you're putting too much pressure on them. They've become a very important person, because I do see this shark energy as a predatory energy of being very capable of being protective and sort of looking after itself, but I do feel like there's almost a feeling here of playing with fire with this person, of almost asking them too much, of being afraid of pushing them away by pushing some sort of boundary. I feel like you do impact each other by challenging each other a lot. We're seeing some pretty incredible animals out here. Cheetahs are known for being incredibly fast. Sharks are known for being very vicious when they need to be. Otherwise, they're very mysterious and they're very respected sort of animals. I'm probably paraphrasing that. I know a lot of people don't like sharks, but if you grow up near the ocean or on an island, you have to like sharks. You have to respect them at the very least, and you have to understand how they work. So I do feel like you both bring out these very profound, almost like cardinal traits within each other of leadership and having to take charge and follow through and be accountable and be responsible. And with this fox energy, it does feel like you offer each other very stimulating conversations as well, and that you really ground each other in what you say you're going to do. You may be able to tell each other, well, hey, you told me you were going to do it, so now we got to do it together, you know? You may be very much a team, you and this person, and it could be about, you know, being accountable for each other, but also showing up for yourself in this relationship. So I feel like even when it's kind of like, oh, I'm relying on this person a bit too much, I need to pull back, you are still able to offer each other the chance to breathe a little bit. Oh, speaking of breathing, how I just yawned out of nowhere, very random. And see what you need to do to show up better in this relationship. So it's a very interesting ability that the two of you kind of provoke, because there's this fiery desire to like do whatever it is that you need to, while also understanding that a big part of that is actually troubleshooting and communicating with each other and going like, well, you know what? I'm actually wish that you did this more, and I actually want more of that, and I notice that I'm doing too much of this. And it's I feel like I'm not really explaining it very well at this point, but it's this energy of partnership crossed with needing to really support each other's goals and bouncing off of each other's talents and skills to do that. Like, well, I'm not a very good runner, but my friend Cheetah is, and when I watch Cheetah run, it makes me think that I can do anything. And you know, that kind of vibe of like being inspired by each other and what each other is good at as well. I feel like I've just rattled off a bunch of different traits, but I hope that that makes sense. I'm going to open the guidebook now, and we're going to probably start with the fire, actually. Fire's in the middle. Is it at the start? No. Who's the first one? Fire ant. I know gazelle's a little bit further back. So is cheetah, actually. Here we go. Gazelle. Heightened awareness and ability. Vulnerable. The gazelle represents supreme grace. With every move, the awe-inspiring beauty amidst sophistication and elegance. Gazelle personalities are often hyper-aware of their surroundings, bordering on hyper-vigilant. And this can inhibit them from enjoying the beauty they've spent so much effort cultivating. No more worrying about all those predators out there in the wild. When this card appears, it's time to get back to the present moment. Sit down, find your breath, and acknowledge the bounty that surrounds you. Let it nourish your gentle spirit. When in balance, this energy is graceful, perceptive, and artistic. When out of balance, this energy has food allergies and can represent insomnia or a racing mind. Interesting, that heightened awareness or sensitivity could be the food allergies vibe. So to bring this gazelle energy into balance, consider yin yoga, having a cozy home, and really good food. It's crazy how much food can impact your movement. It's been one of the biggest learning curves for me personally. So of course that makes a lot of sense, because this gazelle energy is very tentatively connected to the solar plexus, I would believe, and your stomach. So with this gazelle energy being like that, I don't think that's a coincidence. I don't technically take reversals, but I do think that this person impacts your ability to move forward and how much you're aware of when it comes to your actions. There, in the upright, it's like this energy of grace and being very graceful, and they use the word elegant and sophisticated. But when it's kind of in this position with the shark and the fox, I feel like the two of you really help each other just kind of be still at times and see things a bit more clearly, so that you're not so focused on just moving this way and moving that way and doing it in the moment. I feel like there is this energy here of slowing down, like that yin yoga suggested, and the cozy home energy and good food. Like, you can't be on the go while you're eating good food. You have to sit down. You have to appreciate that food. So with your bottom deck energy being cheetah force, here's what the guidebook has to say. This energy is representative of solar force, action, achievement, and masculine energy. So this is more the solar plexus energy. The cheetah is the epitome of the solar forces at work. The sun doesn't shine onto the cheetah. It shines from inside this great creature and expands outward to brighten the universe. The energy within a cheetah personality is palpable to others, and they naturally attract an audience to bear witness to their remarkable achievements. Purpose and passion are the best fuel for a cheetah's forward momentum. So if you're lacking in those areas, reconnect to the why before you start running. When in balance, this energy achieves anything and is boundless. When out of balance, it's impatient and competitive. To bring into balance, reconnect to purpose. Yeah, see, that's kind of what I was trying to say in a really bad way, intuitively. You two definitely help each other reconnect to your purpose, giving each other this idea of you can achieve anything if you put your mind to it. And you do bounce off of each other. You do. And at times, maybe the shadow of that is feeling impatient and competitive, wanting to do it here and now. But I do think that at the very best, this person is a very motivating person in your life. They really do believe in you. They're kind of like a hype energy. The shark energy is representative of directness, exposure, revealing true nature, and desire. The shark is only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. This card indicates that something big needs to be exposed. It's lurking in the depths and creating tension. Shark energy takes over us when we are hesitant to be honest, to be totally ourselves, or to say what we really want. It may be tempting to continue pretending nothing is wrong, but when shark energy is at play, we feel its presence encircling us. When in balance, this energy is intriguing, captivating, and mysterious. When out of balance, it's sneaky and destructive. To bring into balance, have honesty. So I do feel like the two of you, that's those difficult conversations we were talking about. Maybe in the beginning of your relationship, it's going to feel like you're kind of holding back on each other a little bit. You could be very intrigued by each other in the beginning, or there could be a period where the two of you just before you came to this reading weren't really on the best of terms and things were a little bit unstable in one of your lives, and so you had to kind of hold things back. The best way to strengthen this relationship, as you're going to realize, is by being honest with each other and by making sure that you're having honest conversations about what is lurking and causing tension, so that you can reveal your true natures and your desires by being direct and exposing that truth. Next we have Fox. Oh, my bad. Fox is in the beginning. Sorry, everybody. Is it before the wolf? No, that's the deer. That makes sense. Deer and wolf. Spider. Horse. Okay. She's a little bit off. Here we go. Oh, smart, strong partner or mate and a wise teacher. The fox is an enchanting creature with plenty of mystique to go around. Fox personalities are skillful in business and also make great teachers. Strong leader, Libra energy here. They are quick to learn and adapt well to new situations. Foxes are ideal life partners as they commit to relationships for the long term, and their natural charisma keeps things exciting, so they can make really good friends as well. Fox energy helps us stay true to those most dear to us. When this card appears, reconnect to those you love. Foxes don't do well when they slip away. When in balance, this energy is magical, ingenious teacher, and monogamous. When out of balance, this energy can be sneaky and unsure of its identity. To bring it into balance, consider partnerships and connections. So this is very helpful for what we're reading on today. This person is very loyal. They're very much, once they're a ride or die in your life, they're very committed to you, sweet soul. And they're very focused on being a helpful addition to each other's lives when it comes to the two of you. I feel like they are a very clever person. They are perceptive. They're very smart. And they're also very onto it, as we say in Australia. So they see things that maybe you don't see at first. They keep their eye on the prize, or they could be very on the ball with it. I feel like I'm using a lot of colloquialisms, but this person is incredibly witty and sharp-minded is the best way I could describe it. So they are very helpful to have in your corner, especially when you do need that helpful support from a partner. They see things that you don't, and they're very helpful with the solutions that you need. So that's what I'm seeing in terms of how they impact you. Libra came out strong there. Let's have a look at what we're looking at next. Blank page, that's very helpful. Oh, I moved it, my bad. Okay, so is it here? Yes. What will your relationship be like moving forward? So we're going to use the Heart Oracle deck for this. What will Group 3's relationship with this person be like? Moving forward. What will Group 3's relationship with this person be like? Moving forward, Spirit. What will... We have the Two of Cups reversed. What will Group 3's relationship? We have the Nine of Wands. What will this person be like moving forward, please, Spirit? We have the Three of Swords. Okay. We have teach at the back of the deck. Let's put it over there where it's a bit more in sight. I'm just going to have a drink of water while I piece this together. So the first thing that comes to mind is it does feel like the two of you are in a period of separation, or you're not on the same terms right now. If you're together physically, emotionally, there is distance. Your hearts are wanting something to happen, but we're having trouble communicating that and being on the same page as each other. With the Two of Cups reversed, this coming together, it could feel like we're at a distance and we're not able to see eye to eye. What is likely to happen next is you both reassessing your emotional needs and understanding how you want to show up in this relationship, and also how you expect this person to show up in this relationship. What do you expect from them? What do you want from them? What do you need from them moving forward? Outside of that, we also have the Nine of Wands reversed, this rest and reconsider energy. In this oracle book, in this oracle deck, it feels like this energy is very much about re-strategizing. I do think with this card reversed, instead of reconsidering, one of you is going to really want to step up and take control and try to make something happen here. There's this strong feeling of I don't want to give up, but I need to figure out what that means and what to do. There could be some mistakes made during this period, as our impulses are to simply be here and to try, but we don't really know how to do that. So this can feel like a very messy energy of somebody making a situation worse before they make it better. I do think with the Nine of Wands reversed that this is somebody who is trying their best, and ultimately how much they truly care will shine through. It just feels like there could have been a better way to do it in hindsight, and hindsight is a wonderful thing, isn't it? At the time, this was the best that they thought they could do, but after time passes, they're going to realize, well, I could have handled that a lot better. And I do think for this Nine of Wands to be reversed, there's a strong feeling here of the two of you not wanting to give up, but there is a pause. There is a pause, and there is a feeling of readjusting and trying to figure this out, finding creative solutions to the challenges that you're experiencing. Now, outside of that, with the Three of Swords here, this card is unavoidable. There needs to be a difficult conversation about the future in order to move forward and to be more available and present and helpful in each other's lives. You have to communicate how the two of you fit into each other's lives, what you actually want emotionally, and what you're willing to do. Oh my gosh, I was completely cut off. But as I was saying, what you're willing to do for each other here. So I do think, Sorry, my group twos. I'm just checking on my family. I got a message from my sister that was a little bit concerning, but she's okay. Thank God. I don't know how I even had my phone in my hands, probably from when it cut off. But anyway, thank God. It's always a horrible feeling when you think a loved one's in danger. Whew, she's fine. So I was cut off, but I was just explaining how you both need to understand what it is that you're willing to do for each other moving forward. Because unfortunately, I was on a big spiel about this card when we were cut off. So the Three of Swords for you, it's shown up twice. So this is somebody that you need to be honest with. This is somebody that you need to have difficult conversations with, and this is somebody that the more honest you are, the better. Let it all out, no matter how hurtful it is to you, to them, to the third party. You need to have these conversations about how you feel, and you need to be as honest and raw as you can. That is the only way that this connection can move forward. And I see with the Three of Swords that a big part of moving forward is going to be making sure that you are communicating what you want in the future, especially with this relationship, whatever it is, whether it is just a friend or whether this is a friend who you've started to develop strong feelings for. I do think that some of you may be separating from a partner and then recharging before you have this difficult conversation with this person about your emotional situation and what you want from them. But I think that all of this leads to the two of you being very important parts of each other's lives with this Teach card. You're both very wise people who offer each other a lot of wisdom and perspective. And I think that in this case, you two are very important to each other. And unfortunately, it does feel like somebody else gets in the mix with that. But you both will honor the fact that what you two have is incredibly special, and it should not be sacrificed due to this other entanglement, whatever that entanglement is. But it's very much going to be about whatever and however that applies to you and your circumstances, sweet souls. But that's what I'm seeing, my group threes, in terms of what will happen in the immediate future in this relationship. Let's pack this up and we're going to keep moving forward. What is next? What are the challenges? We're going to get tarot for that. What are the challenges in this relationship for my group threes? Oh. What are the challenges in this relationship for my group threes? Okay. We have the Knight of Cups. So it looks like a major challenge will be taking action based upon how you feel and moving this connection forward in how you want it to. We also have the Page of Cups, so communicating your feelings, especially if they are romantic feelings, or if you need help, if you need a favor from this person, it's going to be hard for you to do that. The Five of Cups, I'm actually going to pull one more tarot card. Five of Cups reverse, seeing the picture as the glass is half full, not half empty, and recovering from a sense of loss to be able to make something here. And the Six of Cups reverse, so repairing, forgiving, and reconnecting. It looks like you may try to keep each other at an arm's length. A big challenge is emotions. Look, we have the King of Swords at the back of the deck. The King of Swords is like our adjudicator, our judge. They try to stay objective. They try to stay in this mindset of being fair and doing what is right for everybody involved. But honestly, our King of Swords is this strong energy of, you know what? This situation, especially in the reverse position, this situation is very hard and I just need to be selfish. So I think that for the two of you, it's a challenge at this stage, at the time that you're seeing this reading, is actually putting your own needs first and above others, and making sure that you're saying what you need to say and that you're doing what you need to do because it's what you want, and not feeling too guilty about that. Some of you are feeling exceptionally guilty about whoever else is involved in this and feeling as though they are, how do I word this? It's almost like you're feeling responsible for people who are big and hairy, as we say in my culture. We say, well, that person's big and hairy, they can take care of themselves. And I feel like that's what's going on here, like without knowing the full situation, obviously. And I don't doubt that there is a reason why this is so hard. So I empathize if this is a loved one that's caught in the mix, but it does feel like you're taking on a bit too much here. And with this King of Swords energy, there's a strong feeling of, well, actually, you two need to learn how to really communicate what you want without being this fair sort of judge that's trying to see for the good of everybody involved. Now, emotions are very difficult. I said with the Knight of Cups here that a big part of the challenges are going to be taking action on how you truly feel and wearing your heart on your sleeve and being emotional and just sort of showing your true feelings to each other. That's going to be hard, especially if they're romantic feelings and especially if they're difficult feelings, like if they're heavier feelings. With the Page of Cups, forgiveness could be hard, or being able to communicate your feelings could be hard, or taking things out of a friendly nature and into something more serious could be hard. Making sure that you are leaving a safe space for each other to communicate how you feel could be a challenge. And for this 3 over here, sorry, it's not a 3, it's a 5 of Cups reversed. I do feel a 3 though. I feel a reunion. I feel a sense of wanting to celebrate and wanting to be very open about your love for each other. But With the Five of Cups reversed, I do think that the two of you are going to have challenges in seeing the situation as, well, the glass is still half full. There may be times where you're very focused on what the challenges are and on how difficult it may be to make things work, especially in the beginning, or especially at that transformative part in your relationship when it feels like you both need to do this, and this. And that honesty is really being required. I do think that this person helps you stay goal orientated, and once you're in each other's lives, it's going to be like they were just always meant to be there, group 3. But I do think that there is a rough period in them finding their place and in you finding your place in their life as well. So with the 6 of Cups here in the reverse position, I definitely think that a big part of your relationship is going to be about making sure that you both feel safe enough to open up, and that you are communicating how you feel and connecting in your true feelings as well. With that 6 of Cups reversed, it's a strong feeling of making sure that you're being present and that you're not just together because of the history and the nostalgia. A major challenge could be trying to keep this connection in a state of what it was, instead of letting it adapt into what it can be and into what it is needed to be at this present moment. You may just hold on to memories instead of the reality of where it's at right now. And so that's where that accountable energy seems to be a challenge as well. I hope that makes sense, my group 3s. We're going to have to move forward. Put a lot of energy into channeling that, so I need to make sure I'm saving energy for your last question. For this question, we're going to be looking at these Hermie Oracle cards, and we're going to be pulling more information from the Hermie Oracle guidebook. Now, group 3, you got 2 Hermie Oracle cards. These are big messages, so please be advised that I'm only going to read what I feel intuitively called to read, and we're going to focus on those intuitive messages. But Hermie is a very profound energy, and it would be a very good time to make sure you have your notepad or whatever you're writing notes down on handy, so that you can jot down whatever is resonating. Your first card is the Human Gift, the number 17. Take in the imagery before I put it down. I didn't really give you much time, did I? And your second card is Commitment, the number 31. So for these cards, we're actually, let me just double check what my notes are. We're asking for advice from your higher self. So, wow, beautiful. Your higher self is saying, if this is what you want, commit to it. Open your heart. See, Hermie is beautiful because Hermie reminds us to be compassionate and to be open-hearted and to make sure that we're really connecting to our heart space before we make important decisions. Hermie encourages us to rekindle that strong connection to source and to self by being joyous and emotionally available. And I can see how with this Human Gift energy here, Hermie is strongly encouraging you to be very kind to yourself as you muster up the courage to be honest as well. It's very important that you see the situation as something that can and will get better, as long as you step forward as the one who needs to tell the truth and speak the truth. There is a feeling of gift here and guilt. And I think that your honesty will always be a gift to whoever you're speaking it to. But sometimes it's just about realizing that the truth can set us free while also pissing us off, as Pharrell Williams said in Lemon. And I do think that with this commitment energy here, there is a strong feeling of making sure that you go ahead with whatever it is you put your mind to, and that you have the courage to do so and the confidence to do so. I think your higher self is just trying to say, like, you're human. You are only human, and you're doing the best that you can. And it's very important that you don't cut yourself short because you feel guilty for having the ability to revolutionize your life with the actions that you take. I think that you are somebody who is very capable of achieving some wonderful things, and this person is a big part of you being able to do that. But it does feel like it's at the expense of somebody else now, or at some kind of difficulty where you have to talk about the future in a very difficult way. Let's have a look at this human gift card now. O heart, what is your excuse for all these blunders? Such loyalty is offered by the beloved, yet so much treason comes from you. Oh my gosh. Such kindness is offered by the beloved, yet so much defiance and resistance comes from you. Such grace is offered by the beloved, yet so much fault and failures come from you. It's likely that you might put this person on a pedestal a little bit, group 3, and that you feel like you can't do anything right in this relationship. Such attraction is offered by the beloved, with sweetness and generosity, yet such jealousy comes from you, with so much doubt and suspicion. Be kind to your heart. You may believe it to be weary from doubt and distrust. So much heartbreak and so many agonies, yet still it beats. Still it persists, with unquestioning allegiance to life. What a grand heart it is, this sacred heart of yours. How can it be worthy of anything other than tenderness, gratitude, acknowledgement, and appreciation? Do not plague your heart with falsehoods and expectations of some disembodied perfection. The perfection of your heart is that it still loves. Even if you try to stop it with some notion of self-protection from future hurt through doubt or fear, still it loves. It is perfection that it hopes even after despair, that it holds compassion even after experiences of fear. Yes, sacred sight is what is behind this oracle for you now, beloved. You're meant to be witnessing something important, something that will make the presence of the divine in your affairs more real to you. It will be something you can come to count on at all times, and in that gain greater peace and the realization that yes, it is safe to trust and surrender. Indeed, it is only safe, sane, and sensible way to live. It is also the most fun way to live. You are allowed to live this way if you choose. It is not shirking your duty as a responsible adult. It is not deluding yourself and turning away from the real world. Rather, surrender is placing responsibility where it is best placed, firmly in the hands of that of you wise enough to know the great beloved is wiser still, and that your life unfolds according to the great beloved's grace. So for now, take comfort in this oracle. Just for a moment, let your heart be honored and loved by you, and imagine that you can crack open a window in the dustiest chamber of your heart temple to let the light of the divine stream in. This oracle comes with special guidance for you. You are, or soon will be, seeing with greater clarity and insight a situation that has been obscured to you in the past. You may be startled by what you perceive, so much so that you second guess yourself or chalk it up to wild imagination on your part. See what is truthfully there. Be in the compassionate nature of your heart, and you shall also be shown the most graceful way to become clear and free of darkness. There will be no judgment in it. Oh my gosh, how doesn't that just summarize everything that we were saying? You guys, one more card. I'm very excited for you. Commitment. The awakened heart is like a lantern. Keep it sheltered from the turbulence of the winds of desire. We are candles lit by the one great flame. The breath of life does not extinguish us. On the contrary, it only serves our flame to blaze brighter. Here in the temple of one love. Oh, not one love. Stop. I grew up on reggae. You have no idea how much that just hit my heart. Here in the temple of one love, there is no flickering or smoke to our flame. We are natural in our purpose, simply to bring the warmth and light of love to life. What? The light of love to life. That's a lot of L's. We dance though we are stillness. We are on fire though we do not burn. There is a flame that must be safeguarded. In truth, it can never be extinguished. It is the light that never goes out. Even with such enduring power, our recognition and respect of this flame is essential to human development. This flame is holy and lies within each human heart. There is a way forward on your life path that needs to be seen by you now. It will be helpful for you to have that clarity and that certainty. You might have already caught a glimpse of it, but be doubting your vision or yourself. This oracle comes as a reminder to you, don't doubt. What you are feeling deep within the passionate love of your heart light is true. It is real. You are being led into it by the progress of life itself. You must trust in this, even if it seems at times as though you are being led away from the vision. Life operates according to a genius that is beyond a linear approach. It is to be trusted rather than understood. There is enough challenge in the personal transformation being asked of you to simply take the steps. That is more than enough. You do not have to create or control the terrain nor determine the map for the journey. You simply need to take each step that presents itself to you in that moment. Don't let fear that your desire won't manifest cause you to try to bend life to your will. It is an unnecessary battle. Come back to the stillness of the love within and know your heart light to be what it is, reliable and true, showing you the way even now in peace and stillness. So, my groupus threepuses, that is what I'm seeing for you. I hope that was a helpful reading, sweet souls. I'm sorry for all the fumbles and bumbles of my tongue towards the end there. It's a lot of talking. I talk more in these readings than I do in my life because I'm just, it's a lot. So I hope that that didn't take away from the messages. Your higher self is really wanting you to be compassionate towards yourself, wanting you to trust your feelings, and to make sure that you're being honest about how you feel and that you're moving forward with how you feel as well, taking the steps that you can and surrendering what is out of your control. It's been an honor to read for you, Group 3. Thank you so much for all of your support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your energy and your time. And I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye. Hi Group 4 and welcome to your reading. If you chose this beautiful necklace with the yin and yang, oh my days, it's the other way around, yin and yang energy, then this is going to be your reading. This is one of my favorite necklaces and you're my last group that I have to film. So I'm so excited to put this necklace back on after we do your reading because it's just been sitting with your cards for the past week while I've been waiting for the strength to finish this video. So my sweet souls, you're here today because we're asking Spirit all about your most important relationship in your life right now. This reading, as I mentioned in the intro, is really designed to show you who your special people are, to show you where you can get support from, and to show you how to make sure that you're, what's the best word for it? Just feeling supported and loved, I guess, especially if you're going through a lot right now, or especially if you feel like you don't have a lot of people that you can turn to. So I hope that we're able to find the right information for you to make you feel like you are loved and supported. Here's everything that we're covering. It's going to be a lengthy one. So now is your chance to get something to write with and to write on so that you can take notes of what resonates. And make sure that you have a hydration source. I have mine right next to me. The first thing that we are asking Spirit is who is the most important relationship in your life? And we're going to be using tarot for that. Throughout your reading, you'll see me refer back to that little journal, just so I'm making sure that I cover everything in today's video. And unfortunately, just because of circumstances, there will not be an extended reading for this video. But we will have one next week as usual. That's when we'll get back onto our regular track. I just needed extra time, and I will have a podcast episode coming out soon explaining why I've been the way that I have, if that makes sense. Why I've been struggling, if that makes sense. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. It'll be coming out roughly a week after this video. So Without further ado, let's get into it for my group 4s. Please, Spirit, tune me into group 4's energy. Please help me to offer them the most clear, honest information about the topic of today's reading so that we can hopefully equip them with the right, clear guidance and information. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so who is group 4's most important relationship? I apologize if I said 3. 3's in my brain for some reason, but you're definitely group 4. We have the 2 of Cups, the 6 of Cups. Who's the most important relationship? We also have the Star card, and at the back of the deck we have the 10 of Swords. Who is the most important relationship in group 4's life right now? Okay, so from our channel tissue box messages, we have I wish. Also, my fan is on group 4, so these messages will move around a little bit. Once I'm finished with them, I'm going to put them back in the tissue box so they're not too distracting. We also have March. I'm grateful for my soulmate. Dang, I just realized a mistake I made in group 3's reading. I better write that down. Sorry. But with that March energy, that is Aries or Pisces. I accidentally read the same energy in group 3, so I'm just going to make a little note of that. So I'm grateful for my soulmate. So this person feels like somebody, I mean, we got some pretty strong cards that indicate a strong kindred connection, which is what I believe a soulmate is, somebody who you really connect with. We have a karmic partner, June. So this is some Gemini and Cancer energy. We also have gratitude. We have Leo. We have Aquarius, so a lot of fixed energy. And Capricorn. Capricorn, Aquarius cusps potentially. Cancer, Leo cusp. Yeah. We also have Scorpio transformation with the 8th house here. 8th house energy. We have Virgo with the 6th house energy. Mostly 6th house, and we have 5th house. So 5, 6, and 8. That's an interesting connection. Plus Capricorn. Capricorn isn't really comfortable in the 5th house with Aquarius. That's so weird. And then B, so for initials we have B, we have C. Any other initials? These look like initials. We also have H, I'm hearing Heath and Bo. We have T, Troy comes to mind, or Tristan, a really like T, a strong name. We have Forgive coming out. And we have water. So this means water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I am very intrigued. So 5th house energy is strong because we have Leo. 5th house and Aquarius are an interesting connection, to be honest with you. But we did have Scorpio here. And I feel like Scorpio... Okay. First of all, this person definitely feels like somebody who is a very helpful part of your life for the most part. They are somebody who feels like they challenge certain aspects of your life too, though, group 4. This isn't somebody who feels comfortable. I think that they are very respectful of your differences, but I'm guessing that the main reason why this 2 of Cups is here and why we have all these astrology placements that kind of feel a little bit uncomfortable is because this person is here to, oh, look at that, we have a Y as well, so Troy, is here to challenge you. I think that the 2 of you have a lot of differences that actually make you quite helpful companions and very compatible. I can see that between the 2 of you, there is a strong energy here of being able to what's the best word? Like complement each other and offer each other perspectives on how things kind of work together, if that makes sense. With the Two of Cups reversed, you definitely have a lot of differences that at times could get on each other's nerves. You could have this alternate perspective that kind of frustrates this person, but I also think that it's what you need to be able to ground each other, because one of you feels more like a kind of dreamer and the other one is a realist. And I think that you may even respectively have these qualities within each other, where when certain situations unfold or when certain opportunities present, you're both able to trigger each other in the right ways by making each other feel like, well, you're not believing in this as much as I do. Well, I'm just trying to kind of warn you. Well, you're being very negative, and it could feel at times like they're not rooting for you. But there's a lot of love here, and there's a strong feeling of wanting to be your biggest supporter, but also needing to be your voice of reason at times. Aquarius is very strong with the Star card as well, and with this Ten of Swords. It's a strong message. Well, Leo is also in the Ten of Swords, to be honest with you. There's Leo influences as well, because it's a strong message here of trying to make sure that you don't make mistakes that can be avoided. But because of that, it feels like this person just wants to kind of bubble wrap you and kind of cushion you and make you feel like, well, you know, it's okay, like things aren't that difficult or things aren't that crazy. You don't need to stress. And I definitely see that there's this message of this person being somebody who is a lot of fun to be around as well. With all of this fifth house and Leo energy, there's a strong feeling of wanting the best for you and wanting you to be happy and wanting to be the reason that you laugh and smile. But there's also this feeling here of at times you don't always see eye to eye. I do think that you admire each other a lot. I think that this is somebody that you look up to, and I think that there'll have to be some pretty harsh reality checks throughout your relationship to kind of take you off their pedestal or take them off your pedestal, because I do feel like you both idolize each other at times, and I think that you're very, very connected. The Capricorn and 8th house energy is making me think of almost like addiction, and not in the way of like a Neptunian addiction, more in a way of repetitive behavior and becoming enabled and very cyclic with the way that you just want to spend a lot of time together, or you want to keep doing the things that you enjoy doing together. I think there is a very strong and powerful energetic connection between you two, arguably an attraction that makes you just want to spend a lot of time together. It's highly likely that this is a romantic connection for like a majority of you. To throw some numbers out there, I would say 65 to 70% of you. But I could also see how this is a family member, and how this is maybe a sibling or a childhood friend who you come to see as family, because they're always there for you, and it just feels like you're very forgiving towards each other as well. You both allow each other to kind of make mistakes, and you're there to help each other recover from those mistakes. There's no harsh judgment. There's a strong feeling here of acceptance and unconditional support and love, recognizing that mistakes are a part of growing. So it does feel like the two of you get to see each other grow. And so you're comfortable making mistakes with each other. You're comfortable doing that while also idolizing each other in your own eyes as well. You get to see each other's journey and feel very grateful of how far you've come. So this person has been in your life for a while, group 4. This person has been in your life for a while. Some of you, I'm feeling like they're your twin, like you literally feel like they're your twin. You two are so similar and yet very different, but you just enjoy each other's company. You probably finish each other's sentences, like in that kind of vibe. Your differences are what makes you most similar, because you kind of balance each other out and your differences are helpful. So I do think that what happens with this person is whenever you're going through anything, they're the first person to listen and they're the last person to leave. And I think that when you are celebrating something, they're the one helping you plan it, or they're the one kind of making sure that it goes smoothly with you. So that is what I'm seeing in terms of who this person is. I hope that that was a helpful insight, but we're going to move forward so we can keep covering the rest of the topics. We're going to, let me double check. I've been talking for 12 minutes already. We're going to have a look at how this person can impact your life with the Animal Spirit Oracle deck. Let us have a look. All right. Okay. Animal Spirit Oracle deck. All right. I have all my decks next to me. Spirit, how can this person impact Group 4's life? Once again, Group 4. Sorry for at times referring to as Group 3. I'm pretty sure I did that in the beginning. I know that's confusing. It's just when I'm so tuned into energy, I sometimes forget the logistics in terms of the numbers. I'm more just focusing on your vibe. So you are Group 4 and we are tuned in. Oops, look at this. What's going on? Some beaver energy. Not the beaver. So hardworking. All right, Spirit, with my Group 4s. What can you tell me about Group 4's person? How can they impact their life? How can Group 4's important person impact their life? How can Group 4's important person impact their life? We have Stingray. I haven't pulled Stingray yet. That's exciting. Very strong chakra energy. How can Group 4's person impact their life? We have Cheetah and we have Lion. So some water, but a lot of fire. There's that Leo energy again too. At the back of the deck, we have Owl. This is helpful because I was feeling Aquarius again. I was like, I can feel Aquarius. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be another air sign. And sure enough, we've got Owl here. Owl is cute. It's a cute vibe. So the way I read this deck is very intuitively. It's a beautiful deck and I love the creator, Kim Kranz. I am going to intuitively read the cards and then we're going to read from the guidebook as well because Kim Kranz is such a sage. She has really just cultivated these decks from the depths of her wisdom and intuitive knowledge. So I don't want to miss a beat. We're going to use my intuition and then we're going to really tap into her intuition as well, my Group 4s. So starting with your bottom deck energy, how will this person impact your life and how can this relationship with them impact your life? There is a strong feeling of perspective with Owl. Owls are incredibly perceptive. They see things that we cannot and they tune in to details from a distance that we cannot see with our eyes. So this makes me think that this person is very helpful at backing you and supporting you in situations where you feel confused or a little disorientated or even just straight out lost. You may be thinking, oh, I don't know where to go from here. I don't know what's up, what's down, what's left, what's right. This person is very helpful in showing you that, you know what, this is it, and this is it. That's what I see, that's what I see, that's what I see. And I feel like they are somebody that keeps a watchful eye on you as well. They're always looking out for you. So whatever they say or do comes from their intentions of wanting to take care of you, protect you, and look out for you. I also see how this person's energy towards you, it kind of stems from them wanting to be a helpful part of your life. There is a strong sense of care here with this Owl energy, of them really looking to you for support as well. So I feel like this person really comes to trust you and they feel like you're a trusted person in their life. And moving forward, whatever choices they make, I feel like they include you in those choices, my Group 4. With the Stingray energy here, you two seem to really help balance each other out. You help each other unlock a lot of potential and power and connection within selves. Your relationship with each other is incredibly healing, but also guiding and feeling almost spiritual with this chakra energy. The two of you really help each other feel balanced and aligned to who you truly are. This person is such a big part of your life that without them, you don't feel like yourself, group 4. You're there to support each other and help each other feel like you are connected and like you are there to kind of remind each other of who you are. I do feel like there is a lot of love and there is a strong connection to self fostered off of this relationship to them. Without this person, you wouldn't feel like yourself quite. So I do think with this cheater energy being here, this person is also somebody that has a lot of up and go. And there's this strong feeling of motivating each other and offering each other drive and energy that is very physically helpful. It's the kind of energy that's like, if you need me to do anything, just let me know, like I'll be there. Sure enough, you ring them, hey, listen, sorry for the late notice. I actually fell down sick, or I've got an illness at the moment, or I'm really busy. Can you help, please? This person is the first person to get there, and again, the last person to leave. They are very supportive, very physically supportive, and also feel like somebody that you can physically rely on. They're a very motivating force, and they aim to do what they can do efficiently for you as well. So they try to make sure that they are always available for you. With this lion energy here, your impact on each other seems to also be about gaining wisdom and making sure that you are planning for your futures. I feel like the two of you really inspire each other. And I see this lion energy as someone that's always looking forward, as someone that's trying to remain optimistic and future focused. So no matter what the challenge is in the present, no matter what the history is in the past, you two both impact each other by giving each other that hopeful perspective about the future and that wisdom of processing what has happened so that we don't continue to make the same mistakes. I feel like there is a feeling of protection here with Lion as well, and you both just ultimately being there to look out for each other and to love and support each other. So let us read from the guidebook now. I'm actually going to start with this owl energy, just to make sure, that we are covering everything. I want to start with the bottom deck energy first, basically. Here we go. Oh, abundance, clairvoyant, and treasures. The owl is a mysterious and otherworldly creature found in folklore from east to west. The white owl in this particular deck is the companion of the goddess Lakshmi, and represents wealth, beauty, and good fortune. When the owl card appears, it's an omen that a boon or treasure is on the way, either in spiritual or material form. With owl wisdom on your side, you'll see and know exactly what to do with this boon, how it can further serve your dharma and bring abundance to the world. Trust that the wellspring of treasures is infinite. So when in balance, this energy is generous, trusting, and secure. When out of balance, it can represent money quarrels or scarcity. And to bring it into balance, consider an offering with that air sign energy. Beautiful. So the way I'm translating this is the two of you are here to support each other. There's a strong spiritual connection as well, in that you further each other's faiths and maybe how the two of you connect to your higher selves as well as your purposes in life. I do think that this is a sign of each other contributing a lot of abundance to your lives, and also to make sure that you are following your true purpose in what makes you feel like yourself and fulfilled and connected, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to glorify this energy, I'm just trying to read it as I feel it, and this feels like a very important person. So let's have a look at Stingray now. Oops, went too far. We had Shark. Where are my Stingrays? I'm hearing that song, Don't You Want Me, Baby? Crazy. All right, stingray, developing confidence, sense of self, or spine. The stingray card represents a pivotal point in personal growth. The moment has come when the stingray must decide between the old, which is easy, comfortable, and familiar, and the new, which can be challenging, uncomfortable, and unfamiliar. Pressure from family and friends makes the decision even more complicated. No matter what choice is made now, it's inevitable that this dilemma will surface again and again, as the force of Dharma growing within the stingray is too strong to ignore. So when in balance, this energy is eager and wants to grow. When out of balance, this energy can blame others and quit. To bring into balance, move through the discomfort. So I do feel like the two of you are very supportive to each other, especially when experiencing conflict amongst other loved ones, such as family and friends. When you may feel pressured by those around you, I think that this is that one relationship that is like, you know what, whatever you want to do it for you. Like, I'm here to support you. I think there is a strong emphasis here on developing self and making sure that you have that spine, that connection to self to be able to make the decisions. So I think that this person is very supportive and incredibly, what's the best word? Forgiving, even to others around you. If a loved one, say, does something to offend you, this person at the time will support you and go, that's not right, this is wrong. But if you turn around and go, no, I want to continue to love and forgive that loved one for what they did to me, this person will go, that's fine. I love you enough to be able to do that too. So there is that really strong sense of unconditional love and support with this person, which makes me think that they are going to be in your life for a very long time as well, if they haven't already been in your life for a while. Let's have a look at this cheetah energy. I always forget where the cheetah is. And then we got to have a look at the lion. Here we go. So there's that masculine energy. Solar force, action, achievement, masculine energy. The cheetah is the epitome of the solar forces at work. The sun doesn't shine onto the cheetah. It shines from inside this great creature and expands outward to brighten the universe. The energy within a cheetah personality is palpable to others, and they naturally attract an audience to bear witness to their remarkable achievements. Purpose and passion are the best fuel for a cheetah's forward momentum. So if you're lacking in those areas, reconnect to the why before you start running. When in balance, this energy achieves anything and is boundless. When out of balance, it's impatient and competitive. To bring into balance, reconnect to purpose. And I'll be honest with you, another group got this card too. And it makes sense because when this energy is so supportive and really driven to achieve the best, it can at times in its shadow form feel competitive and impatient. But ultimately, this is somebody and this is a relationship that is here to really cheer you on and be there when you achieve those remarkable achievements, while also ensuring that you are expanding and that you are confident and that you make sure that the sun is shining within you, not externally, that you're placing that expectation onto self and not giving all of that power to other people. This is a relationship that teaches you a lot about yourself, what you're capable of, and how to be there to thrive in the best possible way, if that makes sense. So let us keep moving forward. Last card we're going to look at is the lion energy, which is after tiger, if I remember correctly. Oh no, we have cobra, zebra, and then lion. Patient, regal, and a complete master. The lion is a master of the fire element. Yes, like a king of wands energy. And the living mascot of self-transformation. A lion personality dedicates their life to personal and spiritual growth. This dedication inspires some and intimidates others. Therefore, the lion is respected by all, but known intimately by few. Some mistake the lion as hard to access or aloof, yet those with a keener eye know better. Lions are observant, stealth, and precise in their words and actions. They do not waste energy or resources. This card reminds us that self-mastery is available to all, no matter where our quest begins. So when in balance, this energy is the epitome of peace and strength. When out of balance, it is withdrawn and way too serious. To bring into balance, daily meditation and friendship. So I do feel like this is a very trusted friend, my group fours. This is somebody that you can truly, truly rely on. And this is somebody that I think is going to be incredibly loyal with this lion energy. I can't say more about them, to be honest with you. This is somebody that won't quit easily. They'll be in your life for a very long time, and they feel like they've already been in your life for a long time. It's giving the kind of loyalty that like Dominic Toretto in Fast and Furious franchise was trying to, sell us with the idea of family on that level. This person could very well be a sibling, strong Leo energies, or they could be a childhood friend that feels like a sibling. Or if we expand beyond that, they could be a lover that you tune your whole life around as a family member. So it feels like a very transformative relationship as well. And I think that the two of you are going to go through quite a lot together if you haven't already, which really proves how supportive, connected, and loving you are towards each other. So with that being said, let's keep moving forward. I'm going to pack these cards up. We're going to ask Spirit, what will your relationship with this person be like moving forward? Let us have a look, my group is fourpusses. It feels weird to say that. I haven't had a group 4 reading in so long. Group is fourpusses. I'm going to use this beautiful deck instead. This is the Psychic Tarot of the Heart Oracle deck, or I think it's for the Heart Oracle deck. For my group 4s, tune me into group 4's energy, please, Spirit. What will their relationship with this person be like moving forward? What will group 4's relationship with this person be like moving forward? What will their relationship... Oops. Okay, we'll take those 2. I'm going to take one more card, please, Spirit. What will group 4's relationship with this person be like moving forward? At the back of the deck, we have Just Breathe, the 4 of Swords. Okay. And our first card is the 5 of Cups reversed, Change Your Focus. We also have Control. I see this as the Strength card. It depends. It could technically be the Justice card as well, but I'm going to see it as the Strength card. And we also have Moving On. Spirit's saying actually read it as Justice and Strength. So we got some water again. And we've got a lot of fire, if that is the Strength card. To be honest, I've always read it as the Strength card. And now all of a sudden, oh my gosh, my group 4s. Spirit cut that off real quick. So basically my camera stopped recording, but we're going to get into it. I went on a random tangent and filtered through the whole deck for no reason, to be honest with you. So thankfully that was cut out, but let's keep going. So this card in the middle is very important for you, group 4. It's in the middle for a reason. It's a major arcana card, and it is the center focus of what your relationship will be like moving forward. There's a sense of fairness, of balance, of justice, and of taking back control in your life, because there's a strong focus on self. This relationship moving forward is about making sure that you are being mutually helpful to each other, so that you are both helping each other regain a sense of self and really be a supportive and helpful person in each other's lives. There's a strong message here with this beautiful energy of being able to show each other how to take back power, confidence, control, and that beautiful sense of self that drives you into directions that are helpful, healing, and powerful in terms of feeling like you are on your right path when it comes to purpose. I feel that this person and you will be working very closely together to make this happen, because there is a feeling here of mutually empowering each other and making sure that your actions and your efforts are entirely supportive. So I do see with the 5 of Cups reversed, your relationship is going to be focused on healing, and on healing something that has happened to you outside of this relationship. This person is here to make sure that you feel optimistic about your future. about your future, and to make sure that you feel more in control of the things that have happened to you. You're going to start to feel like this has happened for you, because this person is here to help you change your focus, to help you see that the glass is still half full, not half empty. Your relationship will be very much in healing mode and in overcoming challenges and changes that could have felt like they were there to tear you down. Outside of that, we have the Eight of Cups in the reverse position. So moving forward, it feels like if this person has not been able to be there as much as they wanted to recently, they're going to be a more active role. If there has been a distance or a physical separation, you're going to try to connect in any way that you can. This feels like emotional healing, and it feels like going back to situations to see if we need to try in a different way or just try harder altogether. Your relationship with this person is going to be about having a look at a situation that you may have walked away from and trying to assess whether there's anything else that can come out of this, whether you can contribute anything else or whether you can offer a different sort of action or a different outcome. The goal here is to gain emotional fulfillment and to recognize that things did have to happen the way that they did in order to experience the success that you desire. With this just breathe energy, there is also a strong message here of reanimating and bringing yourself back to life. I'm hearing that song, Wake Me Up Inside, Call My Name and Save Me from the... Anyway, it's an Evanescence song, Bring Me Back to Life. Bring me back to life or bring me to life? Let me just Google it real quick. I should not be on my phone though. My phone is a distraction. Anyway, Evanescence. Bring me to life. Literally. Look at this. Oh, can you look at it? It's very glary. I'm not surprised that my camera doesn't want to focus on it. Anyway, there's a lyric here that says, my spirit's sleeping somewhere cold. Until you find it there, lead it back home. Wow, wake me up inside, save me. Call my name and save me from the dark. Bid my blood to run. Before I come undone, save me from the nothing I've become. Without a soul, I've become so numb. Yeah. Oh, that makes me think of, Linkin Park. Oh my gosh. Okay, putting my phone down. We're not checking notifications. We're here. So, Evanescence, bring me back to life. It does feel like your relationship is very much about helping each other feel like you're back on track. And to be fair, these Four of Swords moments are entirely helpful. We need them. We really need them. And look what was underneath that. You needed to have this Four of Swords moment to rest, to breathe, and to reconnect. And now that you've released some things, and now that you've really gained a sense of perspective, or even just a feeling of rest, it is time to reanimate, and it is time to step back into your main character energy with the loving support of this person so that you can start to take action towards the things that you are desiring. I do firmly believe that this person is an active part of your manifestations at the moment. They are helping you manifest what you want. They are helping you take action towards the things that are within your realm of control. And they are a big part of empowering you enough to feel like you can take action towards the things that are within your realm of control. So your relationship moving forward, very supportive, mutually beneficial, strong sense of partnership, working towards taking back control, taking back a sense of confidence and power, and making sure that you have optimism about your future, focusing on recovering from a sense of loss and a feeling of, well, the glass is half empty at this stage, recognizing that the glass is still half full actually. There's still things that we can do to secure our happiness for the future and to ensure that we're not dwelling on what went wrong. That's what we're looking at. So let's keep moving forward. Where are we at on my list of things? We have to now have a look at what are the challenges in this relationship. So let me get my tarot deck back out, my Grupus Forpices. It sounds weird, Grupus Forpices. I do like it though. I like how it sounds, but it just sounds weird. Okay, what are the challenges in this relationship for my Grupus Forpices? What are the challenges in this relationship? We have the Sun card reversed and we have the Hermit card reversed. Oh, we also have the Ten of Swords. I'm not surprised because you got that for the first part of your reading. So it is a challenge. Interesting. Now we have the Knight of Swords reversed. Okay. Let me bring my little crystals for, actually this one has been very helpful lately. You know how I am terrible with crystals. So my crystal people, what is this? Look at me trying to show it to you and there's no light. What is this beautiful crystal? Because it has been my go-to crystal throughout this reading. If you recognize what it is, please tell me. So, so pretty. I buy things based on their energy, or I collect things, should I say, because sometimes I don't. I'm very lucky. Sometimes I don't need to buy them. And the energy felt right, but I don't know what it is. Okay, coming back to you. Sorry to steal the spotlight a little bit. I need to calm down. Group 4, what are the challenges? Oh, wow. Oh, okay. The Knight of Swords reversed is an feeling of miscommunication or taking action against each other's advice. So a challenge here could be really having to accept the fact that you say things to each other, knowing that this person has the free will to do the complete opposite if they want to, and they will at times. They will. I think that you will be very forgiving with that, but it's going to be hard to watch is what I'm feeling. I don't feel like you two are going to have a lot of arguments. For some of you, if you're more sort of loud and proud and you're not afraid to sort of be argumentative for the sake of laying it all on the table, then obviously that's going to happen a lot. But for others of you, I feel like this is more in reference to not following each other's advice and doing the opposite of what you told them to do, especially in situations where you have been trying to protect each other, because that is another challenge here with this 10 of Swords. It's this challenging feeling of, I'm trying to make sure that you don't hit rock bottom. But ultimately, the biggest challenge is going to be watching the other person sort of get to that point and then supporting them out of it. I think that some of you may struggle with mental health as well, with low moods, with some pretty heavy mood disorders. I can't really say those words because they are triggering, and YouTube does now screen words that are triggering if you're not a professional. So you kind of would know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about these heavy mood disorders. So, and I don't like using, it's a clinical word, disorders, but I think that our mood is a big part of us being human, and we go through these things because we're human. So please don't feel like it's a bad thing or it's a wrong thing. I'm just using the clinical word to try to navigate the trigger word, if that makes sense. So with this 10 of Swords, I do think that that makes it a bit more challenging, is having to support each other at times when your emotions are very low and you're feeling very sort of emotionally strung out, and then you're both having to kind of go, well, listen, like this isn't a forever thing, this is a temporary thing, you can get better, this isn't the end, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, like trying to talk each other out of those moments. That's going to be a very challenging part of this relationship, because I think that when it rains, it fucking pours. Sorry for swearing, YouTube, but it fucking pours with this person. So I do think that both of you, for the most part, very forgiving, very understanding, but there's going to be certain times, because you spend a lot of time together and you're in each other's lives for a long period of time, there's going to be certain times where when it rains, it pours. You're having to help each other navigate some very heavy issues, multiple challenges, and a lot of adversity, to the point where you're going to feel what the other person's feeling. It's going to be very hard to stay optimistic, and you're going to feel like maybe the light is dimming at the end of the tunnel, and then this person's going to be like, well, listen, no, we're not going to let ourselves get to that point. It can get better, and it will get better. So you're both kind of interchangeably supporting each other, because I feel like there's going to be circumstances in which you're both down and you're both feeling really low and you're both going through challenges. Sorry for bumping the camera. And that's what the Sun card reversed and the Hermit reversed are talking about as well. The Hermit reverse can feel like I don't know what to say, so I'm going to say nothing. Like, I'm not the best person in this situation. Sometimes you always want to be the sage. Sometimes you always want to offer wisdom and perspective to each other, but you just physically can't. You tangibly can't as well. There's going to be moments in this relationship where you just don't have the expertise to be able to help this person, and you're going to feel very powerless. And I think that's challenging, is you take each other's struggles personally and you see it as, I could have, would have, should have helped them more, and vice versa. I do think with the Hermit card reversed, you two both have a lot to learn together. And the sooner or the quicker you're able to just kind of stop making it so personal in terms of this fell apart because of me, then the quicker you're able to recover and feel more like, okay, this is a learning experience for both of us. It's not about, well, I just didn't know enough. It's more about, well, I need to learn more about myself here. And that's why I think the Sun card is here reversed too. Try not to take the losses, the setbacks, the challenges personally. It's a chance for reinvention, transformation, and ultimately a connection to the best possible outcome in any given situation. And this is a loyal, loving, ride or die person. This is a forgiving, compassionate, kind, and loving person. And vice versa, group 4. You can't lose each other that easily, and you will always recover as long as you give each other the dignity of recognizing that you're a human being first and foremost. And then secondarily, you're an important person in this person's life. So those are the key challenges in this relationship. Let us move forward. I do think other loved ones going through things is going to be a challenge as well, especially if you have mutual family members or loved ones. When that person's kind of done something, it's going to put strain on this relationship. So to use crystals, this is you. This is your important person. This is your brother, and this is your important person's brother-in-law. These two have a very close relationship, but family fights. So when you fight with this person, it puts a strain on those two relationships, those three relationships, should I say. That could be very challenging because you two are very loyal to each other, but you love them enough to know that they deserve to have that strong connection to your family member, and that is your family member. So with time, you will forgive them. So those sorts of situations could also make this relationship very challenging. Let's close your reading now by getting some advice from your higher self on this relationship. This is where we pull our beautiful Hermie oracle cards out. You actually have 2 cards. You are one of 2 groups that had 2 cards. So I'm going to go ahead and put your object up here, the yin and yang energy, and we're going to reveal what your Hermie oracle cards are. Again, I'll read intuitively, but Hermie is profound and this oracle deck is profound. So I'm also going to read from the guidebook after my intuitive reading. Your first card is a new gown. How beautiful, that confidence. And your second card is sacred union. I don't think this is meant to be reversed, but I will keep it for now just in case. So we have the numbers 19 and 18. 18 and 19 is sequential. So that could be of some importance for some of you. Otherwise, that reduces to 9 and 2. So take that as it resonates, if that's your life path number, for example. Now, a new gown, I actually do know this card very well because I used to pull it a lot for myself. There is this strong feeling of confidence with this card, of self-love, of compassion, and of optimism, of being able to adorn your vessel with the items that empower you to keep moving forward and to remain open-minded and optimistic about your opportunities and what you deserve. So I do feel like your higher self is saying at this point in time, do what you can to see the best in yourself so that you can keep attracting the best for yourself. When it comes to this important relationship, this person is a helpful, beautiful, supportive person in your life, but ultimately they are there to be a supplement to what you already possess within yourself. So the connection to yourself, how you see yourself and how you allow yourself to be successful within how you see yourself, I'm sorry to use a really confusing language there, is the most important relationship in your life. Your higher self is saying you need to Put the oxygen mask on before you even consider feeding love and energy into this relationship, truly taking self very seriously. So let's start with the new gown energy. I'm only going to read what I feel is going to be helpful. So I'm not going to read everything. This is a very extensive guidebook. There's so many pages. So I'm just going to read what I feel is intuitively helpful. So with this, a new gown card, let me hold it like this for you actually. Spirit is saying, love said, don't feel so hopeless, my weary and gloomy one, for my generosity is beyond forgetting those devoted to me. See how boundless divine justice can be. Behold my immeasurable kindness. Love offered me the power of new vision and the transforming touch of divine generosity, and placed the chalice of eternal wine in my hand. I have the perfect gift for you. It is a gown of new colors, of colors perfectly suited to you and no other. The colors of this gown will make your eyes sparkle and gleam as though they were more beautiful than the most precious of gems. The colors of this gown will make your skin seem luminous as if lit from within. For of course it is, beautiful angel. Your complexion is radiant with the light of life. Your hair will shine with luster, and your entire being will be complemented by this gown as it enhances your beauty in all ways. This oracle comes to you with sacred portent. You are fast approaching a moment of a great leap, an evolutionary shift on your spiritual path. Your sense of self and your divine identity is about to be revealed and realized in a way more potent than ever before. This is wonderful. It is a divine happening. You must allow it. Do not confuse humility with humiliation. Do not humble yourself excessively. You do not have to battle with false pride either. Simply honor yourself as a living being, worthy of life, worthy of this royal path of divine realization. What a gift it is to cast aside belief in inferiority or superiority. Unhelpful as those notions are for you now, what a gift instead to embrace your own path, irrespective of what any other may think, whether they hold it in glory or derision. Who cares? Not you, nor I. Your royal heritage has been revealed, and in seeing the divinity within yourself, you become blessed to see it in all beings returning to the realization of royalty within. There is one last message here. Place your hands very lightly upon the top of your head. Say aloud, I cast aside lesser crowns. Open your hands up to the heavens and say aloud, I receive the royal gown descending through grace. Slowly and gently guide your hands down from over the top of your head alongside your body, as though drawing a royal robe over your head. Allow your hands to gently touch the floor, as though the robe completely covers you. Sit comfortably and visualize or intend that the most beautiful gown of many colors surrounds you. You may or may not be aware of the colors. You may see layers of shimmering lights, stars, roses, or more. You may hear the gown singing like a choir of angels, or gurgling as though it is a fountain of liquid gold. Let it be as is for you, as subtle or powerful as it wishes to be. Whatever happens for you is perfect. When you are ready, simply open your eyes, place your hands in prayer position, and bow your head. You have finished your sacred honoring ritual. Beautiful energy from that card. It's so empowering and focused on regaining that sense of divinity within self, of recognizing your regalness and recognizing your worth as well. Next we have Sacred Union. This will be our last card. Only the oneness of love and the lover is eternal. Surrender your heart into this union, for all else in this world is momentary. Wow. Let us be swept away, my beloved, in the passionate loving that renders duality into one and tips the mind into empty ecstasy. You lucky, lucky angel, you are to be blessed with sacred union. This union is of the lover and the beloved, the masculine and the feminine. That which appears to be opposite, will no longer appear to be so. There is a coming together that is destined and divined. You are to be swept up in a wave of such love. Wow. This oracle comes to you as a sign of that which is to come, and also a confirmation of your spiritual journey thus far. You have been working to integrate masculine and feminine energies within. So your confirmation is thus: you are growing, you are evolving, you are making genuine shifts in consciousness that are allowing you to change the way you are in the world, to become freer, more loving, wilder, and more divine. You are meeting your beloved. What could be more exciting? Keep this knowledge in your heart. The divine cannot resist your beauty. This oracle also comes with a particular piece of guidance for you, no matter what has been, what has succeeded, and what has appeared to fail, what has been loved and what has been lost. There is only one truth that will prevail in your life, without failure, without exception, and that is love. It is all you are truly seeking, and it is behind every experience seeking you. Do not stand back from it. Do not put yourself aside. Turn down your eyes and pretend you cannot be seen by the world. Be bold. Claim the love that is your divine birthright, and know that sacred union is yours. So I feel with this card that Spirit is saying that this person, if they are a loved one in terms of a family member or a friend, they are going to be a big part of guiding you towards your destined person, if that makes sense, the one who you choose to spend most of your life with romantically. I feel like your relationship to this person is very important in pulling in more important people in your life, other soulmates, other important loved ones, for example, or lovers. There's a strong feeling of this person being a helpful catalyst in bringing more love into your life as well. So if they are a friend or family member, they're a big part of you attracting that lover into your life. That seems to be a big part of your future as well. So that's what I'm seeing for you, my group 4s. I'm going to cut it there because this has been a lengthy reading. I hope it's been helpful for you. I hope we did cover a lot, and I hope we got some information that really helped you feel that support and love that you may have needed, or that you just needed to hear as confirmation. It's been a pleasure to read for you, group 4. Thank you so much for all your time and your energy. Look after your beautiful self, and I shall connect with you in another video. Bye.